to our Blorange Tears fam. What it do? It's your man Subliminal 209. We got Cully and Uncle Breezy in the building. What it do, y'all?
Building.
This is Knicks after party.
Bim.
So I mean, we just finished the summer league right now. We 3-1. The Bucks is 3-1.
Bim.
The Bulls is 3-1, and the Celtics is 3-1. So what happens now? We got to face one of these teams off to go to the ship.
Yep.
Whoever it is, I don't even care. Just bring them on. Bring them on.
Bring them on.
Back to back. Let's go back to back.
To back.
It doesn't even matter.
Back to back.
Word.
Yeah, man.
So what impressed you, from each player this summer league?
I'm starting to think Quentin Grimes is better than RJ Barrett.
Say what?
Is that a bim?
Bada bim.
Bim?
Yeah, he just went
Bada bim.
a hate maker on that one.
Body shot right there, right.
Hey, you getting him? He threw that hand grenade in there. So
Boom.
Let the hand grenade explode, yo.
Y'all heard me, bro. Y'all heard me. I'm starting to think Quentin Grimes may be better than RJ Barrett.
As far as now, let me ask. Now, as far as putting the ball on the deck or defense or what? Both?
Just all around NBA 2K rating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
The internet is heating up with Quentin Grimes is a star player. All of a sudden,
Mr. Splinters.
He's a summer league star player. I'll give him that much.
Mr. Splinters.
Other than that, though, I ain't even gonna get a go there. I mean,
salute to the Cully Goat. The Cully Goat think McBride is better, right? Oh no, you like McBride better, right?
I like McBride better.
So why, Cully? Come on, Cully, don't do that to us, bro.
No, but I mean, I'll never get biased and say, I'll never get biased and say that a player is better.
But Tibbs held them back, bro.
Who?
Ain't that the narrative that Tibbs be holding the young players back? Ain't that the narrative?
He gives his second players more burn.
You notice? Hey, let me feed into. So sub. I'm here not to be Uncle Freezy tonight. I'm here to be the irrational Knicks fan. Can I be the irrational Knicks fan for like 30 minutes?
You can be whoever you want, huh?
All right. So guys and gals, I'm the irrational Knicks fan. Right? The irrational Knicks fan. That's me, right? Yo, you notice, and this is me being the irrational Knicks fan. You notice when the kids get away from Tom Thibodeau, they look more productive. When our kids play for a different coach, they look better. That's the irrational Knicks fan thinking. Cully go, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Hey, Deuce McBride away from Tom Thibodeau playing for Daichi Yoshimoto looks like a better NBA player.
Yeah. He's more freely. They ain't got to worry about looking over their shoulder. So yes.
Mm-hmm. No,
they're running around like kids. They're just pretty much running around like kids at a summer camp. Yeah.
No, chat. Are y'all okay with me being the irrational Knicks fan and not being Uncle Freezy? Let me know. Let me know if you want to hear all the irrational takes that I had for Knicks fans.
Just as long as you were serious about that take about Grimes being better. Was you joking or do you mean it?
No, I'm the irrational Knicks fan.
All right.
The irrational Knicks fan says Quentin Grimes looks way better as an NBA player away from Tom Thibodeau.
Salute,
chat, by the way. Salute all my guys.
Some players are built and able to take that constructive criticism and the yelling, and some other players just shut down. Right. So I'm not really sure about Deuce, because Deuce really started off slow in the beginning. I mean, I want to say slow, but as far as he wasn't very aggressive, the first couple games. I mean, I liked his shot. I liked the way he had a quick high release at that. You know what I mean? But as far as going one-on-one and getting to the cup, he didn't really show that till today. And he was just more decisive. He was just more willing to create his own shot and take his own shot instead of just running around screens and just taking the open look. So I did like that about Deuce, and I would like to see that a lot more, going in, moving forward. And if we have another game, and just just for the future itself, because when he's thinking too much, it just you miss those split-second decisions on finding others, or just getting by the opponent. So as far as that, I liked it. I like what I saw today out of Deuce. I mean,
Okay.
he started the game off just attack mode on the offense and the defense. We always we're used to him pressing at 94 feet, but then he was getting steals. Then he got a dunk off that fast break. I was like, who is this Deuce? You know what I'm saying? I'm liking what I see.
Let me ask you this, because I didn't see the same thing. I want to ask you this, and it's out of respect for your point.
Mm-hmm.
I think the coaching staff strategically came in with the game plan that they wanted that from the point of attack, because not only did you see Deuce McBride produce, but you also saw Jan Montero produce tonight. Not similar stats, but in limited minutes, he also broke out tonight, right? So I'm asking you, not as a somebody that's looking to counter your point, but somebody looking to accentuate what it is that you're asking and stating at the same time. Because it sounds like you're asking if Deuce broke out, but it also sounds like you appreciate the fact that Deuce stepped up. That's what it sounds like to my ears.
He kind of set the tone, from the jump is what I'm getting at. Then later on, what I'm saying, it was just contagious, and others followed along as well. Because like I mentioned, he started pressing first, and next thing you know, he's pressing, Montero's pressing, Keels is pressing. All three of them are just up front. So like I mentioned,
so that's what I'm asking was that strategic from the coaching staff, knowing that this backcourt wasn't a decent backcourt, so why not force them into positions of uncomfortability and maybe try to force turnovers, or was that the young guys showing leadership, like stepping up, like they smell blood in the water, so they just attacked? Which one do you think it is?
I would think it has to be probably the coaching, because that second unit wasn't very good, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trash.
They weren't able to score on their own. So you saw that they were able to just press and get the other guys nervous, as far as making errors, offensive errors, and losing the rock, or just not taking good shots. And it was the offense as well, though. The offense wasn't stagnant either, though. They were passing the rock around. They were setting screens, that Spanish pick and roll, guys rolling to the basket. I mean, the offense just looked way better. So I feel after a day of looking at film, they were able to correct those adjustments, and move forward, though. But it also started with the point of attack on Deuce, is what I'm getting at as well. But so it was a little bit of both, though. It was a little bit of the coaching, but then the players still had to commit.
It's a little bit of the coaches strategically with the game plan, and a little bit of these young players smelling blood in the water.
Right.
Okay. That's what I'm getting to, because when you look at it on the base, and we don't, and for Knicks fans out there everywhere, we don't look at stuff basically. Like sometimes it's best to keep it simple, and then at other times it's best to hear the narrative, but investigate why the narrative exists, and then question it. And then by mining deeper into that, we get other stuff. Like, for instance, we had doubts that Deuce McBride was a rotation player after 3 games, right? Right after the first 3 Summer League games, did y'all have doubts that Deuce was a NBA rotation player?
But see, the thing is, I didn't see tonight's game, but the thing is, it's not like he had bad numbers though. There was things that was showing, like he had a slight disadvantage in getting to the paint, things like that. That's what you want from a point guard. That's probably like the least thing you would want from a point guard, though. At least, like, we know you can defend, but can you get into the paint on the offensive end?
He's got but our questions were about his ability, because he's got the physical ability to get there. He's got the speed and straight. He's got the straight line speed and the short area quickness, but he just couldn't do it. So then we question his handle, but we see he's got a handle, right? So now we like, why can't he get into the paint? But and so, so these are the type questions. Instead of saying Deuce ain't it, instead of saying Deuce ain't it,
right?
We want to break that down and figure out why.
You know what I'm saying? Right. No, but you know what? I was thinking about this today. It may sound. People might be like, "Cully, shut up." The guy just needs a screen. Yeah, he's just gonna need a screen to cause havoc. That's all it is. The guy's gonna.
But he showed it tonight, Cully, that he could go 1-on-1. That he was in his bag. He was going through the legs, crossing over, getting all the way to the cup. Cully, that's the part that you're missing. Though you missed. He opened our eyes today. That's right. What we're trying to get at. Like
right. He what happens is in my opinion, Miles McBride, and listen, hear me out, y'all, before y'all chop my head off. Miles McBride has an elite basic handle,
right?
if that makes sense. In an elite sense, like just right here, yeah, he can do all the things. He can do he's elite there. But is he elite on the move? When defenders are moving and instincts tell him to change direction and go to get certain spots, does he have that elite handle to do that? That, in my opinion, that's what's separating him, right? That's what's separating him right now. And don't jump out the window. Just hear me out when I say it. I want you to hear my protracted point of emphasis. Don't just do the sound bite and just go jump out the window. That is what's separating Miles McBride right now from a Fred VanVleet at the same age. You feel me? Like you remember, like the first year Fred VanVleet, he was like, what the fuck? He looked like Fred Flintstone out here, right? But every year he left and he went away. They played him in a limited role. And he got better and better and better at some stuff, right? And so I know people are gonna go to Knicks fan TV chat and be like, "CP, Uncle Freezy said Deuce McBride is Fred VanVleet." No, that's not what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying is Deuce McBride has the physical gifts to be a good NBA player. It's just the craftiness is not there yet.
Right, because he goes a lot east to west. Like he's like
going
through the legs, crossing over, behind the back. But no, you have to go forward. You have to move that.
Right. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, you have to like jab step, then go the other direction.
Yeah.
And just keep it basic like that. But no,
he doesn't gain ground. All that stuff, and he don't gain ground.
Yeah. It reminds me when I was younger, they were like, "You're doing all that shaking and baking, but you're not going anywhere." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They used to tell me when I was younger, "No, you got to go forward. You got to take those, that forward step, not side to side."
You got to gain ground. He doesn't gain ground with all that stuff. That's why I'm saying he's got an elite basic handle. His basic NBA dribbling, I think, is very, 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 very good.
Like he can go to the park and definitely light it up, right?
Yeah,
but in the NBA, it's kind of like they neutralize it.
Yeah, and see what he don't recognize is they're not defending him with physical ability. They're defending him with angles and team defense, right? So he's got to manipulate them out of that in order to get to the basket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Deuce McBride at full speed. I hadn't seen a guard in this summer league that could stay with him when he's running full speed, right? You remember the what's the game we lost to Portland when a guy tried to pick him up 80 feet? Deuce just with the basketball dribbling,
right?
He outran a dude that was just running, right, and went to the basket for a layup. See, that's elite stuff that we don't notice. All we saw was Deuce McBride hit a contested layup by a dude that was trailing him for 80 feet. But think about this, Cully. What if me and you were in a foot race?
Right.
And I was outrunning you carrying a suitcase and you couldn't catch me and you ain't have nothing in your hands. You'd be like, damn, not only is Uncle Freezy cool and fly as hell, but he's also fast.
And he's doing it in a suit. You gotta
yeah.
But I get you though, because it throws me off too, because Deuce on the defensive end is so fast and twitchy, where he opens up his hips as well and gets through screens and changes direction. And I'm like, how is he doing that on defense, but he can't do it on
offense? Right.
It just throws me off.
It's the same thing we said about Grimes. Like, how can Grimes stay with all these quick switch athletes on defense and then can't do that on offense?
Like Margaret Edwards said in the chat, man. I was gonna ask you too, Freezy. She said he's learning. I was gonna ask you, do you think can it be worked on?
Yes.
Of course.
He can move. You said he can move north and south, but not east and west, right?
No. We said no. He said he's great moving east and west.
But he can't move
right.
down.
But when he moves north and south, he doesn't gain ground. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
It's the simplest things though, because you jab step right, and when you go left, you use your shoulder to graze their body. You know what I'm saying, and create that separation, and then you bump them off of that way. It's like one of the basic moves that he doesn't understand yet. You know, with those long arms, you create that separation too to go glass off ball. I mean, with your offhand.
Offhand, yeah.
Yeah, it's like so.
Yep.
So
same foot, same hand, away from the defender.
Yeah, away from the defender. Yeah.
So
it's like oh my gosh. But like today, I saw a different Deuce. So now it's just little minor tweaks that he has to do. And running the point guard is like, you should already know those types of things though.
Right. And to be honest with you, I think Deuce can do this against a lot of NBA guards. Right. But at the same time, Tibbs is not going to be patient with him dancing with the ball for like 20 seconds, trying to figure out what he's going to. Nah, NBA offenses don't run like that, bro. You got to get to it. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Because you only get 24 seconds to get a shot off.
Right. You got to score quick.
Right.
Okay. I can agree. And then, yeah, like Pudge said, that's why we got Brunson. You know, Brunson can get them shots off quick. He usually knows what he wants to do. Right on the move.
That's the good thing about having Brunson, is now he can see for himself. He can pick Brunson's brain, and he'll be at practice, kind of figuring out, positioning himself, knowing angles. You know, not how to, not wasting time, just pick a direction and go type thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if he has any value out there, but I mean, for the meantime, I mean, we can just develop him and groom him. Meanwhile,
you mean Deuce?
Yeah, Deuce. Yeah,
Deuce. I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Deuce has some type of untapped potential. I don't know what his ceiling is. I'm not saying the sky is the limit for him, but I do think he's got untapped potential. Like if a point guard whisperer gets him, I think he'll be a quality NBA starter.
Yo, you know what's funny? Not to cut you off, it just came to my head. If Chris Paul was able to mentor him, he'd be good, yo.
Yeah, he'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, because with all the guys that Chris Paul had behind him, they was all defensive guards. Like Darren Collison, he ended up being.
What if Kyle Lowry?
He'd be a good one. Yeah, look what he did with Fred VanVleet. I'm sure he mentored VanVleet.
Yeah, if he could play with Kyle Lowry, bro, I think that's the prototype.
That's what I wanted. When I found out we drafted Deuce out, and then I knew that Lowry was out there in free agency, I was like, he would be the perfect mentor for him. You know what I'm saying? Just
Kyle Lowry,
learn how to take a charge. Just how to position yourself. Just how to just run the offense at your own pace, type deal.
Right.
When to go 90, when to go 10, when to go 80, when to go 20. You know what I'm saying? How to manipulate the defense,
and how to idle in a place, like how to pause to let a defender run up your back, right? Mm-hmm. How to show an angle to manipulate a defender to go this way so that you can hit a cutter that's coming from the opposite direction. Small, just nuances.
What about a stop and go? Nobody just dribbles the ball fast and then stops and stands up and then takes off again. You know what I'm saying? That it makes the defender stand up because they're thinking that you're gonna make a pass or something.
And the big closes the gap on that.
Right.
The big is taught to close the gap on that. Right. You're big in pick and roll coverage. He's gonna stay stout until there's a threat of a shot or pass. Then he has to close the gap. You know what I'm saying? He has to get broad and close the gap. So
And I'm with Nick Yak though. You just can't teach that defense. You either have it. It's like you just like that awareness. You just have that that your head's on a swivel. You're seeing your peripherals when the guy's coming on the screen. You have that hand extended, knowing if someone's gonna come and screen you. Then you know when to go under or over the screen. Like he does that so effortlessly without even thinking about it. And he's on it. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Right. Just for that, like you can't let him go for that reason. It's just like it's the other things, you know what I mean? That's kind of why he fell in the second round though, is because he had those defensive, potential.
I think he only fell to the second round because it was a super deep draft. If the draft was an average draft, he'd have probably been picked in the 20s, in my opinion.
So if it was this year's draft, he would have been picked in the 20s then. Right?
No, if it was this year's draft, he'd have been picked in the teens. Because this was a subpar draft. You know what I'm saying? So I think he would have been picked in the teens in this draft. There were some players in this draft that got drafted. You're like, why are they even getting drafted? Right. You know what I'm saying? So
who has a higher upside, Kills or Deuce?
Kills.
Because of his body? I mean, because he's 6'4" and 225?
Nah, because he's got innate leadership stuff. He's got an elite like some dudes just know how to play basketball. Like Draymond Green. When you mention Draymond Green, the dude is barely 6 foot, right? And then he's like 240. He don't have elite hops. He can't shoot. All right. In space, he's not a quick twitch athlete, right? So when you look at all his measurables and stuff, you're like, why would somebody even draft Draymond Green? But you draft him because he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a winner, man. Yeah, because he knows how to play basketball. He got a high basketball IQ on offense and defense, right? He knows he constantly takes the pulse of his team. He knows whose ear to get into and who to cuss out and who to leave alone, right? You know, he's great at manipulating, his teammates and stuff, and not manipulating in a bad way. But he knows who's ready for the heat check. He knows who's about to go cold. Like you notice, I watched during the finals, he looked at Andrew Wiggins and shook Andrew Wiggins off like, nah, bro. And he wasn't even pass it to him, right? Because he knew Wiggins had that look in his face like, he was just going to run the play, but he not feeling it, right? It's like, I ain't going to lie to you, bro. It's like Joe Montana and Joe Montana in his prime. And I'm not saying Draymond Green is Joe Montana, but maybe I am. Both won four championships in the Bay Area, right? Maybe I am calling Draymond Green Joe Montana, right? Both of them won 4 championships in the Bay Area, right? But Joe Montana knew when to feed Jerry Rice and when to feed Brent Jones, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, John Taylor. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew that in the cold when they play in the Eagles at Veterans Field, and the Eagles is bumping everything in sight. He knows not to go to Jerry Rice because Jerry Rice ain't built for that kind of game. So he'll go Brent Jones. He'll dump it down to Tom Rathman. Tom Rathman would ram his head into a dump truck if you allowed him to. You didn't even have to ask him. He wanted to do it anyway. Tom Rathman legit was like Juggernaut, except slower. You know what I'm saying? Except slower, right? Tom Rathman wanted to ram his head into a dump truck head on, right? So Rathman was built for those Eagles games, not Jerry Rice. Montana would know that straight away and not even look to get Rice the ball. But in Candlestick or them games outside when it's warm, feed Jerry Rice. So Jerry Rice would have 10 catches for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Cully, you get what I'm saying? I hear
what you're saying. So Kills is more like not your point guard. He's like your Swiss Army knives. Just you can play him at different positions. So like that glue guy. Someone like if you need
the glue guy.
Yeah, the glue guy. If you need passing, he can pass it. If you need leadership, he can bring you leadership. If you need, if you need
points, rebounding.
Yeah, rebound. If you need points, he's not going to be a lights out like 3-point shooter, but he may have to take it to the cup one play. He may have to take a little midi. You know what I'm saying? Or he might have to find the guy on the.
You know who he's going to be for us, and so No. Some of the older heads are probably you know who I'm talking about. I think for us, he's going to be Mario Ellie.
Oh yeah, from the Houston Rockets.
Y'all remember Mario Ellie? Anybody in here remember Mario Ellie?
On the Spurs, Rockets.
Yeah, and Spurs, Rockets. Yeah,
Spurs, Rockets.
Yeah. So think Mario Ellie, right? Don't think Sam Cassell or Kenny Smith or Vernon Maxwell. Just think Mario Ellie, like a dude that could do just a little bit of everything to keep the thing going, to keep everything going.
Yeah.
Right. Just a guy to do just a little, just enough for everybody. Like when you go small, he can play big.
Right.
When you go big, he can play small. When you go athletic, he can play in transition. Right.
I agree with you.
Yeah, man. So and Mario Ellie was not the best player on any of his teams, but what he did do is keep the continuity going.
Right.
It's kind of like me being Cully Hype man. I let Cully Hype do all the work, but I make sure the DJ got all the cuts on track. So all Cully got to do is rap. All Cully got to do is perform, do his thing. I do all the other stuff. Get the crowd hype, keep the music on track, keep the bottled waters on stage. You know what I'm saying? Keep, everything, and then all Cully got to do is perform. And that's what we need for Julius Randle, bro. We didn't have a. Who was that thing about? Who was the unselfish guy this year for the Knicks?
The unselfish guy?
Yeah, who was the glue guy? Just who was the guy that sacrificed everything, including shots and stats? Who's that guy for the?
Closest was Taj, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's Taj.
And we probably needed some of that.
We gave him the boot.
and we needed some of that on the wing this year, right?
We're gonna need something like that on the wing.
Yeah, man.
He's super raw though, because like his shot is like he shoots too hard. You know what I'm saying? When
kills.
When he takes that midi, like
he out of shape, bro.
Yeah, then his closeouts.
He's out of shape because, like me and Sub said it at the first. Me and Sub watched the first 10 shots of Trevor Kill in Summer League, right? And shot 1 through 5 looked about the same, but every shot after that looked different during the game. Like every shot after that looked different. We're like, dang, he's switching feet in midair. His shot prep goes from catching it up high and going from shoulder over the top for the release to down low, bringing it all the way up, Trey Bouchering it, slinging it like that. He like, yeah, this dude need to get in shape, bro. Yeah,
that's the number one thing he needs to do. Like over everything is, get good eating habits. You know what I'm saying? Eat right and that conditioning, because you got to get all that baby fat off. You know what I'm saying? And get shredded.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Hey, hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Listen, man, I just appreciate the fact that Cully and Subliminal 209 let me rock with them on Knicks After Party, because it's been like a year and some change they've been rocking, and I might have only been on like 3 times maybe in like 52 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
definitely less than 10.
It's definitely less than 10, right? Definitely less than 5 with me being on camera. Definitely less than 5 with me being on camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to Subliminal 209 and Cully for rocking a dope weekly Knicks show that Knicks fans can tune in and get that Knicks fix. Something on schedule every week. It's going to be on same time every week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can look forward to it. So I appreciate the fellas for letting me come on and hang out.
Well, thank you, Unc, for giving us the platform, and my boy Cully for being there every week.
The GOAT. Cully
Goat shows up late, but I mean, at least he shows up. That's all that matters.
He shows up. That's all. He be having to you know what I'm saying.
He just wants me to roll out the red carpet for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's all backstage,
champagne, caviar, and bubble baths. Yeah.
You know how celebrities are. Want to make their entrance all the time. You know what it is, but I gotta hold down the fort till he gets here. But
Nah,
real talk, I wouldn't be able to do without my boy Cully though, because I'm saying he helps out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man. Especially like when the content get low, all we got to do is say Tom Thibodeau name, and Cully can go for like 2 hours.
2 hours straight.
Straight.
I could talk about this guy for a long time. I'm sorry.
Hey, Cully, we thinking about giving him an extension, bro. If we get Donovan Mitchell, are you in favor of giving Tibbs an extension?
Yes, Tibbs needs extensions in his hair. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
That's
I'm
not the only extension I'm getting.
an extension, but I don't know about no Tibbs, man. I don't know. I can't say that. I can't say that.
What, you don't want to give Tibbs an extension?
Huh?
You don't want to give Tibbs an extension?
I got a lot more I got to see first. What is this, the second year with him? Third. We're going into the third. I got a lot more I got to see from Tibbs, man.
And naturally, I'm trolling Cully, y'all. Y'all know I'm trolling Cully. Yeah, man. But listen, man. Hey, Cully, I will tell you this. I do believe, and I believe this in my heart. This is me being 100% authentic with you. This is my opinion, right? I think if the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell and don't give up everything, right? I think Tibbs is going to make Donovan Mitchell the MVP of the league next year. His first year here.
You think so?
I believe in my heart. I believe in my heart that Donovan Mitchell will be the MVP of the NBA in his first season as a Knick. What happens after that is going to be, you know what I'm saying, bananas.
Up in the air?
Yeah. Yeah. But the blueprint is out there. Tom Thibodeau, first year with a good player, always gets the best out of them in their first year. Always. You saw it with Derrick Rose. When him and Derrick Rose first got together in Chicago, Derrick Rose was the league MVP. You saw it with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins went from being a lottery bust to a quality NBA player. Right? You saw it in New York with him and Julius Randle.
Right.
Yeah. Now, just imagine a dude with everything you need to be the league MVP, right? All he needs is a boost. Imagine that. And then here's the thing. You already know if it's close, he gonna win it.
Right.
It don't matter what kind of season Jokic, Giannis, KD, no matter what kind of season they have in their places, that kind of season in New York, he's gonna be the runaway league MVP. Because for one, Jokic can't win it 3 times in a row.
Right.
Right? I mean, he can, in theory, he can, but you understand what I'm saying.
Right, but look, let me ask you, when you say he just needs a boost, are you talking about he needs the personnel?
No.
What do you mean by that exactly?
No. What I'm saying is Donovan Mitchell never had the big-time moments to boost his MVP resume. Donovan Mitchell had a great season in Utah, bro.
Right.
He had a great season in Utah. Dude, at 26 points a game? Are you serious?
I think him alongside I don't care if anybody kills me for this. I think him alongside Jalen Brunson might be better than him alongside Mike Conley.
Oh, no doubt.
Yes.
No doubt.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like it's more. I feel like that's the boost right there.
So 26 points in the first seed doesn't get you MVP. Isn't that what he had in Utah?
Was that this year? The first seed?
Or was it when they was first seed last year?
Last year, yeah.
It should have got him MVP or at least a nod. I'm sure he got votes. You know? No?
I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
What last year? Was it Jokic again? It was Jokic.
But that's what I'm saying. That if he didn't get it, then you'd have to get higher than that. You'd have to average more. And I mean, there's no more than the first seed though. But like you mentioned, that's in New York though. So I mean, what would it take? What would it take to become MVP?
The same scoring, right? In a bigger market, and more and more high impact, high leverage games. That's nationally televised.
Yeah, yeah.
More nationally televised, high leverage games.
I can agree with that.
And so let me read something to you to show you how great Donovan Mitchell is, right? I'm gonna put it on the screen for y'all to follow, okay?
Okay.
And sub, I ain't trying to take over. All I'm doing is showing, just want to prove my
good.
point. Okay.
I'm here listening.
All right. So all I want to do is just show you that what I'm saying, while it doesn't make sense in the conversational tone, it makes sense based on data. Right. On the screen, you see the source is StatMuse, right? StatMuse.com. Best NBA team defensive rating from last year, right? Number 1 is Golden State. Guess what conference they're in? The conference Donovan Mitchell is in.
Right.
Number 3 is the Phoenix Suns. Guess what conference they're in? The conference that Donovan Mitchell is in. The Memphis Grizzlies, the Western Conference. The Dallas Mavericks, the Western Conference. The LA Clippers, the Western Conference. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 8 defenses are in the Western Conference. And guess who was an all-star, averaging 26 points per game in that Western Conference?
D. Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
I think it's
Donovan Mitchell. Now go ahead, Colin.
I think it's him playing for Utah, man. He might have to get away from that and playing for Utah if he wants some recognition.
It took Karl Malone how many seasons to win the league MVP, bro? Karl Malone was putting up 28 points a game for what, 13 seasons? And he won the MVP once, maybe? Stockton never won it, leading the league in steals and assists, and he never won the MVP in Utah. Darren Williams never won it. AK-47 never won it. Adrian Dantley, I don't think Adrian Dantley won it. He may have, but I don't think he did.
Adrian Dantley? Okay. Yeah, go
ahead. And y'all see who was tied for 9th? While we got it up on the screen, you see who was tied for 9th in defense, right? Utah, Toronto. We say Utah and Toronto have great defenses, right? Look who's tied with them for that spot. The Knicks. The Knicks, right?
Right.
The Knicks was tied for that spot, right? And look at the team right behind us, Philadelphia. Philadelphia have 2 elite defenders for their position. Elite. That's Joel Embiid and Matisse Thybulle. Right? And we got to that spot with Julius Randle's bad defense, Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, all these guys, and we still finished tied for 9th. So when we get a small backcourt of Jalen Brunson, where his team color, you see right there, right? Jalen Brunson's team, you see where they're ranked, right? 6th. Right. With Jalen Brunson and Luka in the backcourt. That people will say that backcourt is terrible defensively. Oh yeah, look at their defensive net rating.
You know, these guys. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, but these guys get hidden. But you know, that's a different story, I suppose.
So if they got hit,
they get hit on our team too, because we have Mitchell Robinson, we have Jericho Sims, and we just picked up Isaiah Hartenstein. You know, shot blocking and rim protection. So. If they get beat, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna challenge them at the paint. You know, don't nobody challenge Mitch. You know what I'm saying? So they better be hitting on the perimeter.
Right.
Because that's their only chance.
Right. And so Cully, the reason why I even brought this up, because that's a great point, bro. That's a great point. But what the thing I was pointing out is across all Knicks universe, what happens is we state these weird narratives like, oh, they're too short. And like, well, what's your real point? Because being too short can't be the point. What does short their height prevent them from doing? Playing defense? Because if them being too short prevents them from playing great defense, why are both players' teams ranked in the top 9 defensively?
Not only that, what did Fournier do?
Yeah, right.
And like I said, I like Evan Fournier, but what did he do defensively? And he's 6'7", if I'm not mistaken.
Right. That's my point. My point is. So my thing is Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell averages more points per game than Devin Booker, right? Devin Booker probably is a worse defender than any of the great players, right? But Devin Booker's team is the number 3 team in defensive net rating. Steph Curry, is Steph Curry a defender?
No.
Steph Curry's team is number 1 in defensive net rating. Right? Is Ja Morant a defender?
No.
No.
Damian Lillard. Don't forget Damian Lillard. But I don't see the Blazers up there.
Yeah, is Darius Garland a defender? No.
Not worse. He ain't.
But his team is ranked 7th in defensive net rating, bro. That's what I'm saying. I think we take some stuff way too far, bro.
I don't care nothing about his defense. There's no player is perfect, but I will say one thing: he led that team to the playoffs every year. He may not have won. He even got them to the number 1 seed a year ago. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if he's too small. How many times have we been in the playoffs in the past 5 years? Since he's been drafted, he's been there more than us.
Right.
He hasn't been, aside from Derrick Rose, right now, Donovan Mitchell had a better career than every player on our team.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. He had a better career. I'm trying to think. Any other guys have a good career? They had good careers, but I'm saying he had a better one as far as what he accomplished.
We had better talent over here too, though.
What, in Utah?
Us Knicks.
You said we had better talent?
We have.
I mean, yeah, we had better talent than before, but I'm just saying, like, people. My thing is, before you talk about not wanting him, just know that he led his team there since he's been in the league, from rookie year till now. I don't care about no defensive rating. I don't care about none of that stuff. I just know what the man has done.
All I know is
that's why you get guys. That's why you go out and get your wings and you get your defenders to hide him. You know, he had a Rudy Gobert to knock guys off at the rim. You know what I mean?
We have a Mitchell Robinson.
It's all about team defense. Exactly. You have guys that suck on defense, yo.
We have a Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
You have a Tom Thibodeau.
We have a Tibbs.
We have a Mitchell Robinson to make up for you know, to fill Rudy Gobert's place in New York.
Hey, Cully? What's Donovan Mitchell's defensive rating, bro?
What was it? 111.4.
Okay, so Donovan Mitchell is 111.4, right? Okay. Let me see if I can find out what RJ Barrett's net rating is. Let me see if I can find it.
We're not
I feel like
Tibbs with the guy.
I feel like Tibbs will bring out the best out of Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, and then what he lacks in offense, they could do on their own. You know what I'm saying? Both those guys get their own bucket. I mean, when Tibbs is struggling on O's, you know what I'm saying, these guys would go out and kind of score and not worry about what Tibbs lacks on his offensive side.
That's funny. RJ's defensive rating, it was at worst. It looks like it's worse to me. No?
It's worse, and he's the prototype size 6'6", 215. He's a prototype size at shooting guard, right?
Bigger. Everybody
right.
keeps size. He's a 6'6" shooting guard that's bigger than most shooting guards.
Right. And he has a worse defensive rating than the guy that people are calling a midget.
I want you to send that to. I want Sherwin to see this because he keeps bringing up Donovan Mitchell's numbers. So
Sherwin saw it. Sherwin knows about stats. That's the reason why I put it up there. Sherwin
keeps talking about Donovan Mitchell's his rating. He doesn't guard shooting guards and all this stuff. Well, RJ guards shooting guards and wings and tall wings.
Right.
This is RJ's rating.
Yeah. And what people are saying, well, Donovan Mitchell only guards twos. No, he don't. Because when and Subliminal, who's a coach, Subliminal 209 is a coach and works around basketball, right? And his free time, spare time, right? He can tell you once the game starts and guys start and the other coach starts running plays, you defend the closest man to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't just say you don't leave a guy wide open because he's not a two guard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man.
No, I mean, like, see, that's the thing. What was I gonna say? That's even worse. If he's going, who's Donovan Mitchell guarding? Ones? I hope he ain't guarding ones. I mean, if he is, that's him. But yeah, that's if he's not guarding shooting guards, he's guarding ones, right, Breezy? No.
Well, in today's game, everything's getting switched, so you end up guarding a 1 or a 2.
Donovan Mitchell. Oh, you mean in today's game? No, I thought.
It really doesn't matter what you are. You're gonna end up guarding something different.
So that was RJ Barrett's career. That was RJ Barrett's career defensive rating. So let me show you R.J. Barrett's net rating, defensive rating from this year. And for those keeping score, yes, it's worse. R.J. Barrett's defensive rating this year was 112.9.
RJ was a horrible defender this year. So I'm just being
honest. He was 112.2 for his career, but
and you know what? I said this in the beginning of the season. I said I do not want that man on no wing. Get that man off the wing, yo. Now, can RJ play it fundamentally? Yes. But that man's gonna be guarding some. He's gonna be guarding some elite dudes. And sure enough,
he had no choice though, Kelly. He had no choice. Who you gonna put Fournier out there?
Right.
Fournier was still out there though, so that's the thing.
But I mean, as far as your matchups, when the guy's bringing the ball down, you have to find your guy from.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I mean RJ had to guard. He had to guard those guys. It's just. That's why his numbers are so bad. He was terrible, yo. I'm sorry. Like I said,
and so it's the same defense. It's the same defensive rating as Evan Fournier. 112.9, right? And guess what? Both of those guys are 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah,
and we're complaining about a dude that's 6'3".
Right. Well, yeah, right. With a longer wingspan, probably than both.
Yeah.
I'm like bringing the most talent you can, and we'll figure it out afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These guys are smart enough, have high IQ to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Communication on the court, just how to pick and choose your battles. I got this guy, switch type things. These guys, they're not gonna fight over the rock. One guy's gonna, we got Brunson that can handle it. Both of those guys can handle the rock. I mean, your turn, my turn type deal.
Yeah. No, I don't think it'll be that though, son.
The funny thing is,
and I understand what you're saying, and I'm not trying to be contradictory. I want to accentuate what you said, right? With the your turn, my turn. Everybody is terrible at basketball to watch, let alone it being unproductive, right? But with the pick and roll that the Knicks run, the reason why it was not efficient is not Julius Randle's fault, right? It's you had a big that can't catch in traffic. Right, you had wing players that can't cut to the basket, right? And then so the sad part is when they got the ball to shoot on the perimeter, they didn't make it in a high enough clip to keep defenses honest. None of that is Julius Randle's fault, right? Is it Julius Randle's fault that when he plays the 4, the 3 on the floor with him is not a threat to cut to the rim and dunk? That's not Randle's fault. That's not even Tibbs' fault, right? That's a personnel issue,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes we just got to be like, listen, we just wasn't no good. Sometimes we just got to say that.
Come on. Okay.
I'm just ready to bring some hoopers in there. You know what I'm saying? You guys know I was high on Brunson since the trade All-Star.
I'm too. Like the thing is, I like Brunson, man.
Yeah, I didn't care about height either. You know what I'm saying back then. So it really does.
I mean, I liked Kimba. I liked Kimba when we got him. So I never cared about no height, but it didn't work out with Kimba. But yeah, I like Brunson from day one. I always said it. Like prior to the season, I always said it. I seen him in Dallas. He was very big in clutch moments. He was not afraid of the moment. I said, I'm like, yo, that guy's not afraid of the moment, yo. And when I seen them Dallas games, 2020, 2021, on those playoff games, I'm like, every time he was in crucial minutes, he took advantage of it in the paint, getting in the paint against good defenders, scoring. So I'm like, yeah, the guy has the clutch gene to him.
Yeah, I was man. The height only matters when you're changing light bulbs, bro.
So when
or if you want to get on a roller coaster.
Yeah, or if you want to get on a roller coaster. Amen, brother. That's the only time, because if you could be productive, think about it. Y'all remember the era when centers had to be 7'1", 7'2"?
Right.
Y'all remember that era?
Yep.
And then we went to your center don't have to be 7'1". You can roll out a 6'10" center like Moses Malone, right? You can roll out a 6'10" center like Moses Malone, Bam Adebayo, Alonzo Mourning. Remember those type of centers? The dude was like, I'm not 7 foot tall, but Ben Wallace, 6'9", 265. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have the elite measurables, man. You just have to be productive, man. That's all.
Mm-hmm. like I mentioned, high IQ. You know,
the funny thing is, but I'm not all the way saying. I know it might sound like a contradiction. I'm not all the way saying let's trade for Donovan Mitchell. I'm just saying don't bring up those reasons why. Oh, the height and all that. When we have Fournier out there, who I like as well, who's probably he's a worse defender according to the numbers. 112. Right. Come on, he's a worse defender. So don't bring up this guy. He gives you height at 6'7" at the shooting guard.
And his point guard, the point guard that played next to him, Alec Burks, was 6'6".
Yeah, about the same height. They do
right.
both the same. They both do the same damn thing. So don't give me none of that, yo. That's all.
I'm all in. I'm all in, Kelly. You know what I'm saying? If we get Mitchell and we start winning, no one's gonna remember what we gave up to bring him in.
Right. Like, forget all that, yo. I mean, yeah, forget all that, man. That's all I can say. And just, I don't want to hear. And don't tell me about if he loses his athleticism, he don't have nothing else. Like, come on, and that just come on. If was a fifth, yo. If Mitchell Robinson lost his athleticism, what good is he after we just paid him? So
what happens if Steph Curry loses his shot?
Yeah, what if RJ breaks his left arm? You know what I mean?
What if Klay Thompson can't shoot no more? Right. Now what? Like people will always say, well, what if Michael Jordan couldn't jump? Really? Okay. Right. What if Magic Johnson couldn't pass?
Yeah, everybody, and not only that. So people like Ferron Hunt. I like Ferron Hunt. So what if he wasn't athletic? Will we give a damn about him in the summer league? Probably not. I would say.
But easy, Cully, though. You know we love Ferron Hunt, bro.
No, I love his hustle.
Hey, sub, why you keep calling him Ferron? The Queens dude's so busy getting money that they don't even care about people's name, bro.
No,
that's what they say. That's what they say, sub. Every time, all the dudes from Queens, they be like, "Yo, Queens, get the money, son." The Queens get the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Shout out to Jamaica, man, and you know.
But see, that's the thing though. Ferron Hunt, the athleticism is more like what the Knicks need. The Knicks
shout out to Left Rack.
Yeah, Left Rack. Shout out to Left Rack. Blorange. Blorange. I always say. Why do I say it wrong? I have no idea. That's Blorange Tears, yo. Blue and orange.
I still don't know if it's Hartenstein or Hartenstein.
We're gonna call him Stein. We're gonna call him Stein for now. Hartenstein.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Cully, go ahead and finish your point, man. We just messing around, bro. We ain't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, like, come on, we can't just. We're not gonna draft the perfect guy. People didn't want Ivy for the same reason. Oh, it's just athleticism and all this stuff. Come on.
I didn't want Ivy because he was unproven. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna give up RJ or we're gonna give up all these picks for someone who's unproven that's going to take time to develop when we just straight up get Mitchell and he's already proven. Like, that's how I look at it. I mean,
right.
So,
right.
Everybody in college is unproven. Everybody, every last first round pick is unproven.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, right. Ivy left hand is weak. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players on this team whose right hands is weak, who's lefty. So.
Chris Chang is in the building. Salute Chris Chang.
I haven't seen Chris Chang in maybe a year, yo.
And yeah, it's been a minute, bro. We love that brother, bro. We love that brother.
He be chiefing, man. I ain't trying
y'all show some love to Chris Chang, bro. We love that dude, man. That's our guy.
I ain't seen that name in a minute, man.
In a minute, bro. In a minute, man. And we hope everything is well with Chris Chang, man. He part of the core. He part of the nighttime core, bro. He part of this core, man.
Salute to the chat, period, though, for rocking out with us, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all could be anywhere and y'all here chilling with us. So I appreciate the love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Cully, I will say this to you, Cully. I think if we get that,
I think my volume up.
I think if we get Donovan Mitchell, bro, I think Donovan Mitchell will quickly become your favorite player.
He was when he got drafted.
Yeah.
You know how bad it was? When I seen that when I first seen that we could have had him, kid from Louisville. When I first seen that, I was pissed. And then for us to get Frank.
Right. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I honestly believe that Tibbs. I believe this is going to be a Cinderella story, sub. What's going to happen is Tibbs is going to coach Donovan Mitchell to the league MVP. They're going to move him up to the front office. Johnny Bryant is going to take over. Right? Johnny Bryant is going to be Donovan Mitchell's head coach for the next 10 seasons. The Knicks will have some playoff success sprinkled in to them in them 10 seasons. And Donovan Mitchell's 45 will be hung in the rafters at MSG. Now, the thing is, people are going to be like, yo, they don't just hang anybody number up there. Yes, they do. Because when you go look at some of them retired numbers, look at Bill Bradley numbers.
Pull these highlights now.
They about to hang up Quentin Grimes jersey after we win the Summer League championship.
Yeah, well, they said if you win a championship, you get your number retired. They didn't say what kind of championship, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man. I gotta see. I ain't get to see the game like y'all, man.
Yeah. Hey, So Cully, what I was gonna get at just real quick is Donovan Mitchell averaging 26 points a game,
right?
In the Garden is not scoring 26 points a game in Salt Lake City, Utah, with nobody watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get showcased on ESPN cut-ups, that's one thing. Like, oh my, the Jazz lose by 7, but look at this dunk by Donovan Mitchell. That's one thing. But when a team has their own network that they show to 25 million people every day, 25 million people tune into a network that all they do is talk whatever comes on SNY, right? You talking about a dude now? Cully is like, yeah, I did used to like Grimes and McBride, but I think Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player.
Right.
Oh man, my dog is in here doing the most. I'll be right back, y'all. And look, I'm sorry about cutting in and out, but when you work from home, you realize that your animals have their own way of doing stuff, bro. Your pets like legit have their own lives. They do stuff their own way. And then when you be here with them, you like, yo, you legit be chewing on the chair when I be gone.
That's why you got to throw a bunch of bones and toys everywhere.
Yeah.
Keep them busy. You got to keep them busy.
And but I do that, and then I be stepping on them.
Yeah, that's pets for you.
Yeah, I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't want to go back to the Summer League talk because
I'm gonna do the highlights now. Salute Jay Boogie, man. I got you with the 20 bars, big bro.
Because like I mentioned, there's 4 teams left. There's the Bulls, the Celtics,
right,
the Bucks, and then us. So we have to play one of those teams. Like,
didn't we just kick the crap out the Bulls?
I'm not even sure. I haven't even been watching the other teams.
You didn't see the Bulls game when we beat the Bulls?
Well, I mean, I was watching it with you. No, I wasn't watching it with you. I was at the lake that day. That was a Sunday. Yeah, that was a Sunday. I was at the lake, but I watched it later on. That was they had Jalen Terry.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty much their whole squad. I mean, they had a bunch of scrubs out there. So I mean,
these highlights, man, I keep rewinding on my bad. I'm listening.
No, but that's it though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to play either one of those teams. We already played, like I said, we already played the Bulls. I'm not sure who the Bucks have. Do the Bucks have anybody we're talking about?
I forgot who they drafted. I don't even know all the good teams that was better than us. I haven't even took note of who they drafted, man. They usually get the late round picks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that they got the late round picks. I mean, so I'm not even.
I see. Yeah, go ahead. I'm bad.
No, that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not even. I mean, those are the ones that you got to worry about because them as the sleepers. They got something to prove. They probably didn't get drafted. I mean, they probably got called in after the draft was over with. You know, they're trying to make a name for themselves. That's kind of how we got beat by Portland. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was a true lead guard. You know, Sharon was Karen, and then they just brought the energy. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see though. I feel like we're kind of finally clicking on all cylinders. You know, the second unit's noticing that they have to pass the rock around. You know what I mean? There's no hero ball. They're taking less threes, setting more screens, being more aggressive. I mean, I'm with it. I'm
liking these highlights, man.
I'm liking what I see out of Farron Hunt. You know, he's showing a little bit of what he could do. You know, when not just passing playing the passing lanes, but he's getting his own shot. Whether it's in the mid, he's showing a little bit of handles. You know, taking a step back. I mean, he's missing those shots, but he's showing that he could be creative. So, like a lot of guys just aren't one-trick ponies. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, Fahrenheit. Yeah, I like what I see from the highlights. The Knicks look a little more like they look a little more lively at the start. You know.
The only thing is the backup center position with Potter. You know, he doesn't show much rim protection when he's out there. You know,
right. He has a good IQ though. I think I don't know. I think he has a good IQ. Not so much rim protection.
He's not very fast or mobile either, though. You know what I mean? So
right.
And he's not going to catch you. Not going to catch any oops as well. So I mean, it's kind of a liability out there if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if you need a stop on the defensive end. If it's tied up and we need some stops, you know, that's kind of why they're pressing too. Though, you don't give them the opportunity to get into the paint. So yeah, that's the only thing that.
I like what I see from Deuce, man. I will say. I guess I'll get back to this later, man. I'll come back to this.
I told you, Deuce had a good game. I mean, he had some turnovers, but other than that, though, I just liked his aggressiveness out there.
Yeah, I see him getting into there was a shot he made in the paint early on where he hit it off the backboard. That's the Deuce I know. The one he gets to the paint and just pulls up. That's the Deuce I know. He has that pull-up. He has a very good pull-up midi. That's pretty elite. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Almighty Finesse says, Cully, I know you want Andrew Wiggins with Mitchell. I like Andrew Wiggins. I mean, but if I trade for Donovan, I don't know. I mean, will we be able to get if we trade for Donovan? I don't think we have no more trade in us. I think we might have run ourselves dry once we trade for Donovan. We might need to stay away from trades. I would love Wiggins though as the 3 or as a wing. The athleticism, I would love it, especially with the defense he played on Tatum. Now you working towards getting a team. Now you have a team together. You know, you get.
So what do you do with RJ then?
You know, you still got RJ.
So yeah, he's just moving down. He's just moving to the second unit.
I'm sorry, Wiggins. No, you don't move RJ to second. But then again, I don't know with the coach. With this coach, I have no idea.
I'm just asking you though. Like,
I don't know. You still? I mean, does Wiggins start? He does start. Yeah, he does start.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Almighty Finesse saying we can get him the next offseason. I didn't know he was a free agent next offseason. Is he Freezy? So is he a free agent next year?
Let me check Spot Track.
Deuce handle didn't get better at all. He's a G League All-Star at this point. You know, it might be right. I don't know. It might be right. I still need to see more from Deuce, but I'm definitely a Deuce. I'm a Deuce fan. You know, I like his game. I know like I said, I know he's a mid-range type of point guard. He'll shoot the 3, but he's more of a pull-up midi type of point guard that plays good defense. He just needs to get that run. And I think once he finds a balance of
this is the last season, bro. He's a free agent.
He's a free agent now? Okay. I would like him, yeah. But I don't know. It depends how the Knicks treat him. He might want to be a starter, so I don't know. It depends on the Knicks.
He a starter.
Yeah, so we still have basically, Wiggins will be good if we don't get Mitchell. That's all I can say. Can't have both. So I mean, if we don't have Mitchell, then I would take a Wiggins. He can't be that much. But I mean, if they get to the chip next year, the Warriors, and they win, or even if just them getting to the chip alone, his stock is high. Guys coming off of finals.
Bro, who was the finals MVP? Was it Wiggins or Curry? Curry was the finals MVP.
Yeah,
one could argue Andrew Wiggins could have been the finals MVP, bro.
Yeah, you can argue that. It's always the guy that guards the best guy. Before it was Iguodala.
He had some huge scoring games in Boston too now.
Oh, he did. He turned. No, I think it was game 5, game 6. He turned up over there, man. Where'd they win at? They won in Boston?
They won in Boston, game 6.
Yeah, he turned up over there. And I don't know if it was the game before the last one that they won, or it might have been that game. But it's funny.
Right.
Almighty pressed me just now. They're like, "What you mean we can't have both?" I could just hear a voice saying that. Yes, we can.
I don't know, bro. You think we can have
sign and
both?
trade Warriors get Randall and we get Wiggins? How would you feel about that, Freezy?
Nah, I ain't doing. No, man. Come on, man. I think we getting too fanatical with that. The thing is, you're not. It's not Hannah Montana, bro. You can't have the best of both worlds, bro. Right? You know what I'm saying? For one, if you get Wiggins, if you trade Randall for Wiggins, where's Wiggins going to play at now that you're missing a 4? Right? And so now people are going to be like, well, play Wiggins at the 4. No, Wiggins ain't a 4. Wiggins is a 2/3, a 3/2. You know what I'm saying? And then now they're going to be like, well, play Obi. Then what you going to do with RJ?
You going to sit his ass there? I'm like,
it's Hannah Montana, bro. You can't have the best of both worlds, bro.
I gotta get a cap so I can be like, y'all. Let me go see if I can find a cap. Hold on.
Oh, Cully, you got plenty of cap, bro. Yo, Rhymes on Deck, what's good? Rhymes on Deck TV, what's good? Rhymes on Deck TV, you got your own channel? Let me see if Rhymes on Deck TV got his own channel. Rhymes on Deck TV, you got your own channel, yo? Because if Rhymes on Deck got his own got their own channel, man, I want to check that out. That sound fire. Hey, Sub, you see what I'm saying though about the random possibilities? Like, yo, just trade for. Once you get Mitchell, just trade for OG Anunoby. Really? Where OG gonna play at? OG's a starter.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel once you get Donovan Mitchell, it's like, okay, we're all in now. Who's the missing piece, or what else can we bring in?
Fire.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't say OG moves the needle because there's just too much of a risk with that injury, though. But trust and believe there is somebody out there that will fill in that spot. I mean,
right. Hey, shout out to Ron from Still Knicks Fans. He read my mind, but he mentioned it first, so I got to give him credit first. He said, "Yo, what we should do is go get Bo Cruz and Josh Jackson off the bench." To me, that makes sense.
I gotta look like a gangster on here. My fault. Let me fix something.
Yeah, man.
Josh Jackson. You know, Josh Jackson was cheap, man, from Detroit. Yeah. Josh Jackson was cheap, and he'd be a solid. I think we should have got him more so. I think we more so should have got him the season before last one.
So then, what do you do with Cam?
Well, I mean, I think that's one. I think we should have got him before we got him.
See what I mean?
No, I think we should have got him before we got Cam. Like at the deadline of last season, before this one, when it just passed. I'm talking about Julius's MIP year.
Now we're finally getting rid of the vets to let these youngins play. It better be
worth it.
Yeah, it better be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just bring in somebody that we're bringing him in to to challenge him for a spot. We don't
want to do that.
No, he just better it better be his spot if we trade for him. Point blank. Period.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I would say, man, look. Once you finish the trade with Mitchell, see who is left. Right? Last man standing. See who's left, and then fill in the gaps. You feel me? Like if you short on guards, then go out and get you some athletic playmaking guards, some veterans, somebody to highlight what you already have.
Right.
Like go. I wouldn't mind Eric Bledsoe, Pat Beverly, one of them. Right?
Well, they could add him in the deal though, since he's already there.
No, they can't add him in the deal because they just got him in a trade. They have to trade him in a separate trade by. Yeah, they have to trade him in a trade by himself.
I mean, that'd be easy though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You mean just acquire Pat Beverly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But at the same time, though, like who do we have left? Because we haven't mentioned the trade scenario. So in that trade scenario, do we not have Obi no more? Do we not have Rose no more? Do we not have who do we can't fill in the gaps? We can't fill in the gaps if we don't know who's gone.
Yeah, we can't fill in the gaps until we get gaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Until we know who's gone.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. I know that sounds like semantics, but a lot of times when you're talking to a passionate fan base, you got to speak their language. Cully, you got to speak their language, right? You got to speak the fans' language, bro. You just can't say certain. I mean, I guess you can, but sometimes people get what you said and twist it. Like they'll be like, but Subliminal 209 said, yo, he was like, Sub ain't say nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to DSJ. What's good? Yeah, man. Do you have to hold a player for 60 days during the off season, or is that just for in-season trades?
Say that one more time, the beginning part.
When you trade for a player during the off season, do you have to hold them for 60 days, or is that just an in-season trade?
I would think it's an in-season trade, no?
Okay. Yo, Christian Cortez, what's good? Math Man, what's good? Yo, damn, I got a lot of tabs open.
I think we'll give up too much if the deal happens. Well, you're giving up. That's the only thing is, man. We're giving up a lot for Donovan Mitchell. That's that was the franchise play over there for I don't think the deal's gonna happen, to be honest. I just don't think it, but I would. I'm kind of open to it.
What?
I'm open to the deal, man.
You don't think the deal's gonna happen?
I don't think so. I mean, they're in talks, but I don't think so. They want a lot, man. I don't know.
Just we have a lot to give, Cully. You know what I'm saying?
We do, but
yeah.
What are they? What's the asking price? 4 first-round picks?
Probably. Easy, done. What else?
No, there's so we ain't done. Hold on.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Speak on it so I can let you know.
So it's 4 first-round picks, which is yes, Once they, you can have that. We have those. Now, what players do they want? Do they want Cam Reddish and Grimes? They want both, or they just want one or the other?
Bye. Both of them gone. What else? Is that it?
Okay. What else? Come on.
I think they want 2 more players, right? Don't they?
Okay. What else?
What did they want? Did they ask for IQ and Obi?
Gone. Take them.
What else? What else you want?
Is that it?
All right, then. Hey, but I mean, I thought was that their asking price?
I mean, that still don't match salaries. I mean, we still got to match salaries, so you got to keep it going now.
It still don't match it. Oh, so it's got to be. So then, let me get 2 of them guys back. Matter of fact, let me get 3 of them guys. Let me give you Fournier. Mm-hmm. Let me give you Fournier, and maybe a Grimes and 4 first-round picks.
Yo, Trav A says they have to take Fournier to match salary.
Yeah, gotta be,
and I kind of agree.
It has to be Fournier. So take Fournier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because that's the whole point. If Fournier gets traded here, this way we know he gets paid a lot. He's gonna have to start with Fournier. Fournier gets paid a lot, does he not?
So it's either Fournier, Grimes, and Obi, or Fournier, Grimes, and Cam, right? And then that'll make the money match.
That's a tough one, man. That's a very tough one. But I mean, so be it, man.
So be it. Exactly.
If money don't make money, we're gonna have to draft. We're gonna have to draft another one of these guys in the next draft.
Mm-hmm.
We got Ferran Hunt, sub. You made it sound better.
We got Ferran, exactly. We got
Ferran. We got Ferran.
Yeah, we got Ferrari Hunt.
Bim. So Cully, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's assume that the deal for Donovan Mitchell is set. Okay. Let's assume that it's done, right?
Okay.
What's your expectations for the team?
At least 2nd round or ECF. No less.
Wow.
Now, I'll even be okay with a 1st round, but definitely the playoffs. But I do think if the team clicks, that's the thing. When it comes to, and it wouldn't just be the Knicks, but when it comes to teams that have a lot of guys that demand the ball, it can either go really well or it can go really bad. So if it goes really well, definitely second round on ECF, yo. Thank you. Our future media ECF, yo. It gotta be.
Who?
It might be.
Colin, let me ask. Let me go on this ride with you. Let me. You moving too fast for me because I'm not. Let me go on this magic carpet ride with you. So if you say second round, definitely ECF. Who are we playing in the ECF?
Exactly, because
Might be playing them Celtics, yo.
I think our team can beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Now, let me ask you, is that with Donovan Mitchell or without, or how right now?
Man, without Donovan Mitchell, we ain't even having no playoff discussion.
We're in a play-in at that point.
Maybe.
Okay. So you're talking about
we're playing.
We're talking about hypothetically with Donovan Mitchell, we beat them?
No. What I'm saying is assuming that Donovan Mitchell is here. You said Eastern Conference Finals. I'm telling you that my belief is that if we play the Boston Celtics in Eastern Conference Finals, we win.
I'm standing by that too. Yes, I'm standing. We win.
So with that mindset, that means we'll make the East. That means we'll make the NBA Finals.
That means we can make the. Cully, you are a little too optimistic. I think with that team, I think we make the Eastern Conference Final. I think we could beat them, or at least.
So that means we're a Finals team with Donovan Mitchell.
So you got me to jump the gun. You set me up. All right.
No. I'm not trying to set you up. I'm just trying to go on a ride with you. That's why I'm asking the questions.
Right,
because I want to set you up, I'll be like, hey, Cully, let me set you up real quick.
No.
I'm not doing that. I want to go on the ride with you, bro. Why you got me riding in the back and it's just me and you in the car, bro? Let me ride up front.
You know what? I'm standing on that. Yes, I think we beat them because you never know. We just might be. I'm not going to say it'll happen. No, I'm not saying it'll happen, but I think you never know. We might be a matchup nightmare. It can either go good or bad. We might be a matchup nightmare for another team. A team may not be able to keep up with the backcourt of a. When you look at certain backcourts that terrorize other teams, they might not be able to keep up with a Donovan and a Jalen Brunson.
Let me backtrack off that. Hold on, let me backtrack off that. Okay. I forgot the Celtics added Gallinari and Malcolm Brogdon. I forgot they added Gallinari and Malcolm Brogdon. So let me backtrack a little bit. I'm not as confident now that the Celtics.
I am though, because Brogdon hasn't proved to be healthy, and Gallinari is old and slow. All he is a spot-up shooter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So don't forget about Thin Randall. Who's guarding Thin Randall?
Wait, hold on. Wait, the sub. Wait, you just asked the question? Freezy? Oh, wait, sub, you just said what'd you say about Gallinari?
No, I said I'm backtracking. Sub said he wasn't.
Okay, so why'd you backtrack? You said when you backtrack, what did you say?
That I forgot that they added Malcolm Brogdon and Danilo Gallinari.
Brogdon, I'm not even trying to sound messed up. He might be hurt by then. Gallinari might be 2-1 out by then too. These are good additions though. Well, Gallinari's likely to be healthy. I don't know. Lately in his late years, he's kind of been going the distance. He's a good acquisition though. You got to think about Grant Williams. Grant Williams is pretty tough. We're gonna definitely have him on Randall.
Randall, man, them dudes, all them, him, the dude from Charlotte. What's the power forward from Charlotte?
PJ Washington.
Yeah, PJ Washington, Grant Williams, them dudes. Randall be roasting them dudes.
Randall could definitely light them up, but sometimes Randall lets them guys get the best of him, and that's where I get disappointed with him. He lets some guys. I don't know. Randall may have fight in him, but sometimes I don't see the fight in him. I just don't know. I don't know with him yet. I think he can. I think he can tear them apart though in a series. I think.
Hey, shout out to Felicia Cruz too, by the way. Y'all see the comment?
Giving up 6 first. Well, we only giving up 4 first, so it's not 6. we're giving up some of the young core. I'm not gonna lie, it might be unacceptable. However, would there be a way throughout this season we could flip somebody to some first? No.
Why? But why you need the first though? I'm just curious.
We may want to acquire. Donovan Mitchell's 25, right? We may want to acquire young talent while still going young. No.
Him and Brunson will be 26 when the season starts.
Oh yeah, September is Donovan Mitchell. His birthday is somewhere in there. Jalen Brunson's birthday is coming up too. Is it not?
August, right?
Okay.
August 11th. Is it August 11th?
I think it's August 11th. Yeah, August 15th. One of them. 14th. Somewhere.
Okay. So you're unsure about beating the Celtics. What about the other teams like the Bucks and the Bulls and the?
I think we'll get. You know what?
The Heat.
Because the thing is, sub, for us to get better, if we're gonna be a win now team, that's why I'm glad. Well, whoever brought up the Celtics, I'm glad because they're the team that was in the finals, right? That's the team to beat. If you want to be, I mean, it don't matter if they're good next season. You have to look at them as
Cully, it's August 31st. Brunson will be 26 August 31st.
So they both had it both. Okay, so they're both.
Yeah.
Okay, so their brothers are on the same. All right, so they'll both be 26, right? 26.
Right.
Okay, so they're young superstar. Okay, sorry, Jalen Brunson's not a superstar yet, but you hope he goes to Miami. So then if they're better than us, then what? No, I don't hope they get better. They're better than us too. Miami's another team that's better than us. So no, I don't hope they get them. I mean,
man, their birthday's like a week apart. The dude's birthday is September 7th. One's the August 31st, and then the other dude's September 7th. They're gonna be turning up that whole week.
Yeah, they are. So I mean, the thing is, Miami's the team to beat. I understand Felicia's saying that because she doesn't want to hear his name no more. Probably, I understand that though. That's what we were saying earlier. I think Knicks fans fear a trade like a Melo trade. I don't know how smart the front office is now.
Oh, the Melo trade, bro. Really? So you hear this, man, bro. I be wanting to be with Cully so bad, bro, but Cully got PTSD. I can't rock with the PTSD no more, bro.
Fans fear, but I'm kind of being that Donovan Mitchell's a guy I always liked. That's why I'm somewhat on board with it. I don't know. I'm somewhat on board with it because the thing is, it's gonna hurt us. We don't make this move. Let's just say we're trash in the season. It's not gonna look bad to have him on the team. Give me 1 second.
So I was gonna just say. So what do you want to do? I was gonna say, what do you want to do, Kelly? You want to go to the draft next year and collect more assets and not choose somebody? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the third year in a row.
Yeah, you want to Belichick it again? Every year you want to Belichick every year?
I mean, come on. When do you say enough is enough and cash in? I mean, I'm just tired of being a lottery team.
Right.
I'm tired of having these mediocre players. I'm tired of just having, but they have potential. They have potential. Right. I mean, they're not done developing. I'm like, come on, what are we doing?
I'm tired of rooting for the team in summer league. I'm tired of summer league being important, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Just let these guys develop. You know, it takes 3 to 4 years to develop a person until they reach that certain potential. I mean, we're talking about RJ right now, and it's going to be in his 4th year. And we're like, he'll get it together. He'll get his free throw percentages up. He'll work on that. You know, RJ has heart. So we're going to say the same thing for the next group of guys. So RJ, the next 4 years, RJ is going to be what? 26. Brunson and all them are going to be 30. And we're going to be talking about developing this next wave. I mean, come on. Right now, everybody's 25, 26. We can still develop some younger players and be contenders at the same time.
Yeah. But the thing is being contenders first and developing rookies second. Yes.
Getting your starting unit first and then working about the bench later. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. It's the some Knicks fans have PTSD. Like you legit can't get. Listen, bro, you can't get through a Knicks offseason without bringing up the Carmelo Anthony trade for one, right? And when you look at the Carmelo Anthony trade, some of the names on that list make me vomit, bro. Come on, vomit. Some of these players were so bad. Ronaldo Balkman, why are we bringing up Ronaldo Balkman 12 years later, bro? Anthony Carter is the point of a conversation. Sheldon Williams, the landlord, Sheldon Williams. Oh my God, bro, what are we doing?
I'm like, look at these names right now. Who has the highest, potential? Do they have a higher ceiling than Donovan Mitchell? If they don't, then get rid of them. Why are we holding on to these players for?
Right.
Obi's a dunking contest champion. He has so much athletic ability. So what? What is he averaging? 6 points, 8 points? You know what I'm saying? 8 points. Our number 8 pick.
Right.
I mean, come on. All that athletic ability. Is he averaging a double-double? No.
Right.
He can't even he can't even average double-double boards with all that athleticism.
Wait, who are we talking about?
We're talking about everybody wants to hold on to this young core because there's just such a great young core. They're gonna lead us to the promised land. That we don't want to give them up to go get a Donovan Mitchell.
Hey, and what people don't realize is there was another young core before this one, right? We just got rid of a young core. Yeah, I remember the young core of Alonzo Trier, Emmanuel Mudiay, Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, Damian Dotson. Yeah, I remember that young core.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to remember that young core because it was so recent. That young core was trash.
Only one that survived was Mitchell Robinson. Forget.
Oh yeah, Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, man. And then there was a young core before that. Amon Shumpert,
Anthony Early,
Josh Harrelson, and Landry Fields, Andy Routens. Yeah, remember that? Ron Baker. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and then Phil Jackson gave him the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was the first one to sign, remember? He was Ron Baker. I'm like, who we getting in free agency?
Ron Baker. Yeah, the anchor man, Ron Baker.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. And so yeah. Man, Ron Baker. Yeah, I remember that. Ron Baker, Mandigas Kuzminskis. Yeah, I remember Kuzminskis.
I remember Kuzminskis, yes.
I remember Billy Hernangomez.
I remember
Bo Zingis.
Bo Cruz, other Bo Cruz, yeah.
Bo Cruz, big brother.
Willie. Sound like Willie. Sound like Billy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what do we do? We act like young core is something so new to us that we ain't never seen it before, bro. We come on. Every year it's another. Trust me. When we start, think about this. When we start actually using draft picks next year, if we still have them, the cats that's here now is not going to be a part of a young core. That's a new young core. That's a new young core.
That's what I was getting at.
So every 2 or 3 years, we bring in a new young core, bro. What are we doing? Come on, Knicks fans. Don't operate with the blinders on. We always bring in young talent, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Our front office trade for players and then trade them and then pick up another second round pick off top. That's the way they maneuver. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get these picks back. Don't even trip. You know
right. Y'all remember when Shane Larkin was the point guard? Shane Larkin was 22. Shane Larkin was young. He was a part of a young core.
Yeah.
Shane Larkin, yeah, I don't even like thinking about those days, yo.
But Cully, he was a part of a young core. Andy Routens, Landry Fields.
Remember when we had all the first round busts?
Yeah.
Listen, we had
the young core first round bust.
Yeah. We had Tony Douglas, Langston Galloway, Torrey Murray. Them dudes was young.
We had Ricky Lito.
Yeah, Alexei Fred. That's the team you're talking about. Ricky Lito, Alexei Fred, and them.
Depressing.
I was talking about like the Mario was it Mario Mendoza or
Mario Hazonia.
Yeah, Hazonia.
Noah Vonleh, Troy Williams,
Moutier, Trey Burke.
Yeah, yeah, man.
That was the Giannis killer though. Noah Vonleh.
The LeBron killer. Remember he blocked LeBron shot to win the game.
Mario blocked.
Yeah.
Super Mario. We was calling him Super Mario.
We was calling him Super Mario after the game. What's the lady? The lady that do the after game interviews ran over there with the mic and stuck the mic in his face. Mario, you just blocked LeBron. You just blocked LeBron to win the game. And I was like, oh my god.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Marty Collins. We had a lot of trash on this team, man. Wilson Chandler was good though. I liked him, man. Who else we have, man?
Marty Collins. Remember Marty Collins and Wilson Chandler was here together.
Yeah, Marty Collins.
David Lee, Nate Robinson, Ronaldo Balkman, that young core.
Ronaldo Balkman, oh my God. J.R. Smith brother, yeah, Ewing Jr., Rick, yeah. Oh my God, I hate
y'all killing me by not showing love to Torrey Murray though. Come on, don't act like you didn't think Torrey Murray. Was Torrey Murray the first Jeremy Lin, or did he come after Jeremy Lin? He came after Jeremy Lin?
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, come on. Tell me you didn't think that was going to be Linsanity again, bro.
That's what we thought, man. He was a good defender. That was about it. He wasn't nothing else.
Bro, he lit up Reggie Jackson. Remember the threes he hit in Reggie Jackson's face?
Yeah, I remember.
He lit up Reggie Jackson. He was like, oh my God.
We definitely wasn't getting another insanity, though. I can tell you that much.
Murray sanity.
Yeah, we definitely wasn't getting another one. That's about all I could say. Marty Collins was the one Melo smacked. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We had Al Harrington. But he wasn't a young core player, but yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Al Harrington was
but you know who was a part of that young core though? Jeremy Tyler. Remember Jeremy Tyler?
The Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, we got from the way. Yeah, he couldn't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. Like the dude was so athletic that he couldn't walk and drink water at the same time. Like, bro, why your jersey wet? I can't walk and drink water at the same time. Bro,
I remember one game Melo balked on him, man.
You remember Chris Copeland? Jeremy Tyler, Chris Copeland, Shumpert, all them young dudes.
Don't forget the other Chris we had that was garbage.
He got a contract from the Pacers because he played so good with us.
Yeah, man.
He had the Pacers contract, yo.
Yeah.
We lost a few guys to other teams. We just let them walk, man. It's just after that last year we made the playoffs, we let a lot of guys just go, man. We traded Marcus Camby, who wasn't even bad. We traded him off and went to shambles.
Yeah.
Marcus Camby wasn't even bad. Anthony Randolph, yo, he was so raw, yo. Did we have him too?
Bro.
We had him and we had Amari, right? Did we?
Him, Amari, and Jeremy Tyler.
No, but I think we had in Amari's first year with us. I think we had Anthony Randolph. I think, or maybe it was another team. I know I'm not forgetting.
Illmatic said Tony Douglas. You remember we had Tony Douglas and Langston Galloway.
Langston Galloway.
We had the cockeyed backcourt. The cockeyed backcourt. I remember.
It's bad though, man.
Yeah. Yo, oh my God, man.
Ronnie Brewer, yes. Bill Walker.
Walker, bro. Come on.
What's the dude that play center? I can't remember the name. We picked him up for like a week. He was a good rebounder. Was it Sims? The other Sims. Like we picked him up because we
had like I ain't gonna lie to you. The Knicks probably have had at least 10 dudes named Sims play center. Remember Courtney Sims?
Courtney Sims. Was it Courtney Sims?
I think it was Courtney Sims.
That played for he played for Philly. That's all I remember. He played for Philly. He was about a good rebounder. Oh, we had another dude. He played power forward. He wasn't nothing big either. Oh man, I can't remember.
Who are you talking about? Quincy Acey?
No, not Quincy Acey. It was another one. It was all in the same.
Derek Williams?
No, not Derek Williams. It was all in the same season that we made that playoffs. We was picking up dudes to get depth for the playoffs, and there was two guys that.
You talking about the small forward? We wasn't a power forward.
Not James White.
No, the dude that played next to him.
Earl Barron. Earl Barron was one of them. That was one of them. Yes.
No, not Earl Barron. I'm talking about the dude. He was legit our Charles Smith. He was like the 6'9" wing defender.
Not Earl Clark, was it?
No, not Earl Clark. No, I'm talking about the dude that D'Antoni brought in. Oh, geez. You talking about the 2013 season, right?
Yeah. What's his name? Was not here that season. That's a good question. I'm trying to think. Who did this guy bring in, man? I can't even think right now. So it sounded like it was somebody else.
As soon as I see his name, I'm gonna be like, damn.
Earl Barrett, and there was a center we picked up named. I think it was center. I cannot remember, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It just we had all these different players, yo. I remember we had Kevin Seraphin, but I'm not talking about him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
His floater game was nice. He just didn't do anything else.
Kevin Seraphin was a good player. Just he needed a point guard, but he wasn't no franchise center. But he was actually all right, man.
You talking about Solomon Jones?
Was it Solomon Jones? I think so. It might have been Solomon Jones. Was it? No, Solomon Jones. No, it might have been Solomon Jones. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Solomon Hill. I'm like, we never picked up a Solomon Hill. Well, we did, but we cut him. We cut him in that other trade. I think it was Sean Williams. No, not Sean Williams. Jonathan Bennett.
Sean Williams. That's. I think that's the person.
No, the one at D'Antoni. Yeah, it was Sean Williams. He could hit the three.
Yeah, and defend. He was like the tall dude that could defend.
Yeah,
athletic.
Who did he get into a fight with? He got into a fight with somebody on when he was playing with us. It was another dude that was like a goon that he got into it with. I forgot who it was. He got into a fight with another dude that was a goon. He pushed him because the dude tried to push him Mario or something like that. I remember. Good times, yo. Those were very good times.
You talking about Ronnie Turioff?
No, not Ronnie Turieff. I know Ronnie Turieff. The list of role players, FA signed draft picks, Sacktown level, yeah. We get these guys and think that we're gonna make the playoffs with these guys. Yeah, he had Candace Parker. Yes, he did. Sheldon Williams.
Yeah.
Her brother played in the NBA. I don't think we ever had him.
Yeah, Anthony Parker.
Parker. Raptors. Ronnie Turieff. Nah, those were good times. I hate to think about it. Those were good times though. When we had Amari's first year was a good time. That was the beginning of the end, but it was something. It doesn't matter. Chris Dudley about to. Yeah, he was. He wanted to kill Shaq. Sheldon Williams.
Yeah, Shaq played him though. Shaq played him, bro.
Anthony Randolph will turn the corner any day now.
Yo, and that's what I'm saying, bro. All those names that Cully named was dudes that were young and had potential, and all they needed was time to develop. And people forget we discard them young cores because those are younger. When you have 5 or 6 guys that are like 23 and younger, that's a young core, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you got 5, 6 dudes, all of them young,
we don't give no time.
Yeah, that's a young core. And Knicks fans act like, and I'm not blaming.
Who are those 5 guys in? Who are those 5 guys in our young core?
In our young core, I honestly, you asking me or Cully?
I'm asking you.
I don't think we have one.
You don't think we have any? What do you mean? When you say you don't think we have any, what do you mean?
I don't think we have a young core.
Or you mean we won't have one if we trade?
No. Right now, before the trade, I don't think we have a young core.
All right.
Now think about do we have a Kobe Bryant, a 19-year-old Kobe Bryant? Do we have a 19-year-old John Morant? Do we have a 19-year-old Donovan Mitchell? Do we have a 19-year-old anybody? Do we have a 20? Yeah, do we have a 20? Think about it. Do we have a 20-year-old Scotty Barnes? Nope. Do we have a 20-year-old Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, Jordan Poole? See, Golden State has a young core. Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman. That's a young core, right?
Right.
Is what we have comparable to them? Is Miles McBride comparable to Jordan Poole?
Miles McBride?
No. Oh, I do one better. What about, is Emmanuel Quickly comparable to Jordan Poole?
Yes.
In a sense, just not.
I think so.
Slippery as a finisher, but as far as potential, probably potential.
That's why I would say IQ, RJ, and Mitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My only deal with them is those dudes are older now, so they're not babies no more. Like once you get past your first NBA contract, I don't consider you to be part of a young core. Okay, if you're on your second NBA contract.
Well, RJ hasn't got a contract and IQ hasn't either. So there's 2.
And Obi and Grimes.
I'm still on the fence with Obi though because he hasn't proven me that he could, do all those things he did the last 3 games. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I always said like I didn't want to. I always see IQ and RJ as far as being leaders. They're the ones that are having the commercials. They're the ones that are in the spotlight. Those are the ones that have ice in their veins. Those are the ones who are gym rats. Those are the guys that just want to take it to the next level. Take their game to the next level. Just master their craft. As far as the other guys, they have more holes in their game. Grimes is getting there. Grimes showed a lot this summer league, but he's still inconsistent. He's still missing his free throws. So right. I think he just try to bite off a little more than he could chew.
Right.
And summer league, trying to take that number one role as far as doing everything, and he just kind of needed it.
I'm sorry, Sub. You ready for me to take over the mothership?
Yeah.
All right.
We getting ready to switch over?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna kill a live stream. I'll just go ahead and captain the ship, because usually y'all rock for what, 90 minutes, 2 hours, 90 minutes.
You got the super late night Knicks.
No, I'm probably gonna rock to about 2:00.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rock to 2:00 and then and wrap up and then do the production for vibes and stuff. That'll probably take me to about 4:00, and then I'll go ahead and take the dog in the yard and let him run around and wake up my neighbors and bring them back in. I'll probably lay down for like 2 hours and then get up and do vibes and stuff.
So why didn't you want to open another stream?
No, I'm gonna just rock with this one. Right. I'm gonna we just gonna pad y'all stats. He's gonna pad y'all stats, man. That's okay, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right. Hey, y'all. Well, basically what me and Subliminal 209 just did is we pulled over to the side of the road, and we just switched drivers. That's all we did. That's all we did. Yeah. Hey, so Cully.
Right.
Cully, let me ask this. Let me ask you an intent question, right? Because basically what we did was, what I'm saying, we went over a lot of names from the past, right?
Right.
How would you feel if we don't pull off the Donovan Mitchell trade?
Well, I'm not that hyped that it's going to happen anyway. So I mean, it is what it is. That's how I look at it. I'm not going to get excited anyway. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm ready to. I'm expecting us to go in the season where we got right now. I do think we need more, but it's all right.
Right. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If the Knicks don't get Donovan Mitchell, I'm gonna be mad as a motherfucker. I'm gonna be hot. If Donovan Mitchell get traded to the damn Miami Heat, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is, not to cut you off, the Heat are already better than us. So yeah, you just make them better. Like that's another team to beat. A lot of teams is better than us already.
But I don't want to take that laying down, man. I don't want to be
No, I don't want to either, y'all. I don't want to be worse than Miami. I want to beat them. I want to beat them in the season.
I'm tired of these dudes going to the finals. Everybody in our division going to the finals except us in Philly and Brooklyn.
Kelly, don't you want to get Donovan Mitchell in here so we can go into the playoffs so we can have our suite, you know what I'm saying, Blorange Tears suite in the playoff time?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do.
So we can get so everybody in the suite getting tipsy. We need to make that a song. Everybody in the suite getting tipsy.
Don't worry, I'll save you a seat. I'm like, this seat right here is for my boy. He'll be late. Don't even trip. He's gonna be here. Don't sit in his seat.
And Cully is in the city. And we coming in from out of town. Cully in the city. And we just mess around.
Okay, but what time am I supposed to be there again? 11 o'clock? 11:30?
Yeah, man. Hey, now, but legit, I know I'm not saying that you would be okay with mediocrity. I'm asking how you would feel if you see Donovan Mitchell go somewhere else.
If I see him go to the Heat or any team in the East Coast, which is likely, I'm going to be pissed.
Right.
Yeah, because like I said, these teams are already better. So, but the people, we're going to have another season. We're coming on here, losing. We're going to wonder why.
I'm legit thinking, Cully. I'm thinking, and Lily Phillips. God dog it, Lily Phillips be read my mind, man. Lily Phillips, y'all gotta let me get to my thoughts, bro. Y'all gotta let me cook. They be legit read my mind. It's like they've been around me so much they know what I be thinking, right? But I'm thinking, watch out for Brooklyn, because Brooklyn can trade Ben Simmons to Utah. Right? They can't be on the same team at the same time because both have signed rookie max extensions, right?
Right.
But you can trade them for each other. And Danny Ainge has a piece, right? You could trade, because Ben Simmons hadn't been playing. Now you could trade him to Brooklyn, Donovan Mitchell to Brooklyn for something.
Ben Simmons and maybe a pick or something, some picks, right? And then he gets Ben Simmons, and then he trades Ben Simmons to the Lakers for something and some picks. And so he just getting picks in every direction. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the Knicks like, I don't want to include Obi Toppin. And they lose out on Donovan Mitchell.
Right. Yeah, everybody's
I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm saying everybody's in love. So, hey.
Yeah. No, but that's the scenario I was bringing up. I'm thinking that they could trade RJ over there just to trade him again, but you already
flip him.
Yeah, but you already shut that down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's difficult though, man. Yeah, and Kendall Rivera says the Lakers don't have enough for Ben Simmons. I agree with you. What they would have to do is give up like a 2027 first round pick. That's not enough. That's not enough, right? But boy, Ben Simmons, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis on the floor at the same time would be one of the most dynamite things you ever seen in your life, bro. All the athleticism for dudes that are like 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", bruh.
My thing is, why did they get to make all these trades, the damn Lakers, yo?
Because they're aggressive.
They
not.
They ain't scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lakers fans are like, yo, y'all better do something.
We got LeBron here. Y'all better do something for that window close, right?
And Knicks fans be like, yo, I like Ron Baker. Knicks fans be like, yo, just let Ron Baker play, man. Let him develop.
I mean, yeah. I think we all just wish that we didn't have to make a trade. We all just wish we can get Donovan Mitchell for peanuts. That's what it is.
Not me. I'm telling you, give up everybody. I don't care.
Right. That's what's up.
I wish we can finesse them for peanuts. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I just want to get the deal done, bro. Man. Yo, Cav went was good. Hey, so Sub, I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, bro. Because it's a couple of people I you know what I'm saying, seeing that usually jump in. So I'm gonna throw the link in the chat for like this last hour or so. Yeah, man.
Okay. I gotta take this hat off. It's hurting my head.
So the summer league playoff games start on Sunday.
Okay.
So we're
there's like six teams. Or
we're
six.
in the playoffs, right?
What's that?
So we're in the playoffs.
Yo, Smoke, what's good?
Well, they haven't announced who or what the matchups are, just the time.
Yeah, man. So man. If the Knicks if the Knicks have the hammer and then they give it to somebody else so they can swing it, then I'd be frustrated. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, Freezy, you say it all the time, bro. Why is we worried about ham sandwiches when we trying to get a whole turkey, cheese, salami hero? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
We trying to eat.
Why bother?
Why bother? Why is we crying about role players, bro?
Why are we worried about Ron? We worried about Ron Baker, bro. Why we worried about Ron Baker?
Every time I hear cats talking, I ain't saying no names or pointing no elbows, man. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, I respect everybody's opinion. You know, we all got one. But all I'm saying is, bro, stop being scared. Scared money don't make no money. How you think the Dolan family own the team and be able to run it in the ground and still own it? Because they made it. Because they put their chips on the line and they made it happen. That's what we got to do. Stop playing games.
Right.
Being scary all the time. Then wonder why your life is the way it is. Just say it.
Right. Right. And I'm with you. I'm with you on this. Cause we talk about, yo, how many young cores you heard us talk about so far?
We don't got no young core though, Freezy.
Right. We don't have right.
It's RJ, and RJ?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Sound like Dylon. Get out of here.
Right. And me and Sub are in this thing. Like, so early on the Knicks morning drive, I mentioned there are two camps. There's the terrified camp and the scared camp. The terrified camp is terrified that if they trade away pieces out of their young core, that they'll never be able to replenish it. Instead of focusing on what they got in return, instead
Yo,
of focusing on Donovan Mitchell, what they return
yo,
as, right? And then the
Uncle
scared
Freeze.
camp. Let me tell you, the scared
Go
camp
ahead.
is scared. The scared camp is scared that if you get Donovan Mitchell, that you'll have expectations. Like now that you got Donovan Mitchell, like, oh my God, we got Donovan Mitchell now. That means we gotta make it out of the second round. So what?
I kind of feel like too, like a lot of people are mad that if we get another person that's a real superstar, their favorite player is going to get pushed to the back burner, right? And then what they've been talking, like, oh, he's going to be an all-star next year. He's going to be this. He's going to be that. Gets pushed another year further back, right?
Right.
And what they got to understand is if your man was going to be what he going to be, right? And I ain't saying no names. We wouldn't even be worried about a Donovan Mitchell because we'd be worrying about him being who he is because he would already proved it already. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're talking about RJ.
Yo, and if he
That's
was,
how you feel.
and if that player was any good, he was going to be that great regardless who you brought in here.
Correct.
Well, for me, I feel like getting Donovan Mitchell actually helps RJ. Actually, it gives him, first of all, less pressure. Second of all, he might get the easiest 23 points of all time just by being around. He ain't got to really do much.
Like how Chris Middleton get his.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't even got to do much.
But Chris Middleton got a Jimmy though.
Yeah. But he don't get double teamed, and the paint ain't packed with him on the floor.
Yeah, and it also.
But he also make his opportunities and be balling, and when you really need him, he be clutch.
He clutch,
Yeah,
but he a 10-year player though, a 9-year player though.
Yeah, it lets RJ cook up. It let him cook.
All that means is he's fresh. In my mind, I'd rather dudes that can play than dudes that still learning how to play.
No. I got you on that. But what I'm saying is Chris Middleton is not a young player. I'm not saying that I'm holding that against him. What I'm saying is he had the room to grow every year. Him and Giannis grew together.
Oh, they definitely did.
Because they was not meant to be the stars of that team. That's what people forget. Those two dudes were brought in, and it was supposed to be Spencer Dinwiddie too. For those that don't remember,
no, he got traded.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, Chris Middleton and Spencer Dinwiddie was on Detroit bench. Detroit tried to force Milwaukee to take Middleton and Dinwiddie and the Brandon Jennings, Brandon Knight swap, right? It's like, nah, we good on this kid Dinwiddie, bro. We got too much. We only got so many roster spots. If we get him, we might have to cut him. They didn't take Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie wound up in New Jersey, Brooklyn, and the rest is history, right?
Yep.
But Milwaukee's star player was supposed to be a dude named Jabari Parker. Cully, remember him? Remember the dude they took number 2 in the draft?
I remember Jabari Parker. He had his knee.
Yeah, they compared him to Melo.
Yeah.
Jabari Parker was
I'm with you, Freezy. Keep schooling him.
Yeah, he was supposed to be their star player, and Giannis and Chris Middleton was supposed to be the support guys, develop them guys, come up and support. But Jabari Parker. But what happened was Jabari Parker kept getting hurt.
Yep.
And Giannis had to play ahead of schedule. Chris Middleton had to play ahead of schedule, and the rest of his history. So what I'm telling people that watch NBA basketball is development don't happen the way you think it does, man.
It takes at least 7 years in the NBA to get you.
Yeah, and it ain't always the guy you expect. Like we want it to be RJ, but it might be Farron Hunt. You never know. Cully, like I hate to break it to you, bro, but like,
good point.
Like we thinking we expecting it to be quickly, but it might be Deuce McBride.
Word.
Might be. It just might be, yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is,
want it more.
Yo, Freezy.
You never know.
They love the name on the back of the jersey more than they love the name on the front.
Right.
And that's the problem.
But that's what losing teams do though.
Losing fans get comfortable with that.
A gluttony for punishment is what you're saying?
Yeah, mediocrity. They love it.
Oh, they love it.
I love being absolutely average.
Nah, man, you gotta have, and what that dude is getting beaten down. It makes you accept mediocrity. Nah, but you gotta strive for greatness even when you're in the worst situation. Period.
Even when you down. Even when you down. Like I tell a story about how I was boxing, right? Like when I was first started, when I first started boxing outside the military, when I was just doing the chitlin circuit, I used to lose, right? People be like, "Yo, this cat come back every week. He be losing." What they didn't know is that I was getting better and better. Like I get knocked down, I get back up. I'm like, okay, something wrong with my guard. What is wrong with my? These dudes keep hitting me in spots I can't see them coming. So what I did was instead of working on my guard, I worked on my footwork. And all of a sudden, they couldn't hit me no more. Dudes was telling me to work on my, keep your elbows in tight. Do all these different things, blah, blah, blah. But then when I worked on my footwork and presented a different angle, that hole in my guard wasn't there no more.
Nope.
I wasn't getting knocked down no more. And all of a sudden, I was pointing people to death. And now people was like, asking me to come back, like, come on back, come on back, man, come back. They like to see you fight. You know what I'm saying? We be saying, Kelly, a dude was like, a dude legit told me to my face, bro, it was the most disrespectful compliment I ever got in my life. The dude was like, come on back, every time you come, we sell the hell out chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'm like, bro, what kind of compliment is that? You're like, come back, bro, because every time we sell the hell out of chicken sandwiches. I'm like, what kind of shit? But then I was like, you know what?
You popular, bro. You make.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you bring people, which make them sell chicken sandwiches.
People are spending money to see me. Is the point that he was getting at? People spending money to see me.
Exactly.
That's what he was getting at. Like every time you come in here, people spend money. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is Knicks fans, don't be comfortable with mediocrity, man. Right. Don't embrace mediocrity. Don't get comfortable in that middle space when you aspire to be something different. The Donovan Mitchell trade in itself may cost a lot. But just like everything in life that's worth something, you're going to pay. You're going to pay for what it is that you want. It's as simple as that.
And stop talking yourself. I'm sorry, Freezy. They talk themselves out the deal. They know they want Mitchell. They rave. They're going to run and buy his jersey. They're going to have his kids in it. They're going to have their kids in his jersey. They're going to act like they was never, he's 6'1". He can't defend. Right? All of it. Right?
Always excuse.
Like, stop talking yourself out of a great deal or why you shouldn't do it and just do it and see what happens after.
I honestly think the deal is done. I'm be honest. I think the deal is done.
I think the parameters are in place. I don't know if the final details.
I feel it in my bones. I feel like it's done too.
I don't think that he's going back. He's in New York right now. I think he's about to throw the first pitch for the Cyclones or something like that. Like, I think
look at him ingratiating himself already.
Right. So I think that deal is done. I think they just working out the kinks, and that'll be like the right players that's gonna go over there, the draft picks. You know how it goes. Right. It's a lot of moving parts.
Right. I would just like to see the Knicks make this type of move, generate the momentum that it takes to win. Okay, hold on. My man is okay. All right. So the OG want the link. Let me.
Did you guys see the report by Ian Begley from earlier today?
No.
I only saw the one about.
Are you referring to the? Okay. I'm sorry. You referring to the SNY interview, or was it a tweet?
I just saw the article where he talked about Mitchell Robinson. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, where they wanted Mitch first?
Yes.
Before we signed him?
He talked about they had talked about a package that would have involved Mitch and at least 3 first-round picks. Utah had a lot of interest in Mitchell Robinson, but
So they
the
was ready
Knicks
to give
wanted
us
to sign
Donovan.
Mitch.
So they was ready to give us Donovan for Mitch and 3 picks?
At least 3.
It's interesting, but I probably wouldn't have did it though. I ain't gonna lie.
OG live from Las Vegas. How you doing, bro?
Baby, just back from the games. Watched us, and then I watched Houston and Portland because we had something to do with that game since Portland beat us.
Right.
And they did the same thing to us the same thing that they did to us. They pretty much did to Houston.
Well,
But
Richard Jefferson?
we're still in the mix though. But we still in the mix though. So because we 3-1, and the team that Portland lost to is Detroit, and tomorrow is going to figure out how it's going to go for the weekend.
Okay.
So with that being said, something was said, Freezy, the last time that I was on here.
Okay.
About something being, it was old. So the reason why I didn't respond to it was because at the time I didn't know, so I had to go do my research. Now, I did bring up the Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis. You remember when I brought that up, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was Hard Will said that, that was the old no. That was 2000. That was 2006.
Okay.
So the relevancy to this is this here. We concentrated and we put something that the Knicks organization wanted to do with 1 point guard. And then in the middle of him not having or we doing something, we went total opposite because everything got changed around. And in that situation, Larry Brown got fired. Isaiah Thomas got fired. Now, I'm not making it relevant to who these players are with their skill set. But we tried this, and that wasn't the first time. I'll give you another position that we tried it at. Eddie Curry, Jerome James. We picked something, but then we seen a shinier nickel. And then we went for that. And then it come to find out that the shinier nickel had heart conditions that nobody knew about except Chicago.
Right.
And that was the Eddie Curry fiasco that we went through. Jerome James never even got a chance with us, even though he had that good playoff run with Sacramento at that time. We never even gave it anything after that.
With Seattle at the time. With Seattle, right?
You say what?
With Seattle.
No, that was Sacramento.
Sacramento? Jerome
Yeah,
James?
he was with Sacramento. He went on that run with Sacramento.
Okay.
And that was the first thing Isaiah did in that free agency. He got him. But then, being that he's Chicago-oriented anyway, Isaiah, soon as that became available, he took a Chicago player. And everybody lost their job. I'm not saying that Donovan Mitchell is a bad player.
Right.
But wouldn't it be same old Nick move? We did it twice, and it didn't pan up to what we thought it would be. If you think about Marbury and Steve Francis, they both made all-star teams.
Right.
This guy came and dedicated us and gave us a discount because he could have got $125 million, gave us a discount. And he took his team to the Western Conference Finals. And I don't care what anybody says about Luka because Luka didn't play the first 2 games. And this man set the table for when Luka got back so he can step in and make it rock. Luka felt confident being out because Brunson was there.
Okay.
So Brunson did that. So now you just move the equation. This guy said, "Oh, I come to the Knicks because now I can dominate the ball and make it right for everybody else. Make it right because I'm gonna make the right decision. I'm a 2-time champion in college. I won on every level. No, not to be interrupted right now. I'm gonna leave it open for questions. I'm just doing something that I was talking about. Everybody got something to say, but look, you're gonna have your chance. Just give me a minute to finish this. Not just like be able to debate with me, but listen exactly to what I'm saying. So now you go get Donovan Mitchell, and now everything. Now we in player development mode now. That's all we are in right now. If you look at the Knicks rosters in player development, we are no longer in player acquisition unless you're looking for that star. Most teams that look for that star, when you're looking for that star, your nucleus of your team at least wins 40 games. If I win 40 games in the NBA and I get a star, that's 10 to 15 more games. Nobody can sit right here and tell me that he's going to be worth 10 to 15 more games unless we have to tear the team down again and build it around him. And build, like I said, he is a good player. So if you were not a Knicks fan to say two things, if you was down with the rebuild, you don't like the move. If you down with putting the New York team together out of everything, nothing matters unless we get that star, then say you that player. But these same people can't argue with me about RJ, how great he can be. Now all of a sudden you see a shiny nickel, you want to discard everything. So
what is everything? Is RJ a part of everything?
Look, I'm just saying to the part of RJ fans that say that, okay, get rid of RJ for Mitchell. So therefore, you was never in RJ's camp. You was never in his camp. So, and that's okay. That's okay. If you like Obi, you like RJ, no matter what player that you like to see them develop, but as soon as you seen the first shiny thing, you want to get rid of all of that. So say what you was originally about. I'm about whatever happens quickly. So therefore, it's one person that I have to give 100% props to that said that in the beginning, and I have to respect her the most out of anything in Knick Nation. Queen Stephanie said, look, I want it now. And whatever it takes, but she said that 2 years ago without a favorite player. This is what her mindset was. If it costs any player along the way to get it done quicker, she was with it. So right now, when you look at her, you can say, okay, this is what you want. But when everybody say develop this player, develop that player, no matter who your favorite player may have been or may is, and then as soon as you see the first thing available, you want to dump everything. Those are the fans I'm talking to. You can have the floor.
Hey, let me do the super chat real quick. Hey, the ball don't lie. Thank you for the generous contribution. The ball don't lie says salute to everybody and the panel. Thanks for the content every day. You know we rocking and rolling. Hey, OG, how's it in Vegas, man?
Man, I talked to Sugar. Man, me and Sugar was kicking it. I told him my views. You know who Sugar is, right?
No.
That's Mark Jackson.
No, I know that.
I see Mark Jackson was at the game today. I was talking to him. I told him, I said, look, I don't want Donovan Mitchell. He said, why? And I explained to him because where I was sitting at in the VIP section where I was at, he knew I just wasn't anybody. So he gave me a little bit of conversation. Right. He said, why? I said, because player development, player acquisition and player development is two different things. New York fans want player development. You put this team in front of us. Half of us want the team, half of us want Donovan Mitchell. Right. I'm on the end that don't want Donovan Mitchell. I told him, I said, I seen you talk on how you was living in California, but you said that, oh, New York won that. I said, nah, all of us don't think like that. He was like, my bad. I said, then I told him, I said, we did this in the past. I said, you remember Marbury and Francis? Guess what he said?
What?
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was on the team.
They
No,
were all
not Marbury and Francis.
Yes, he was. He won number 31.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, OG, I'm gonna show you, bro. I remember him being on the team with them.
Mark Jackson was not on that team.
Mark Jackson retired as a player with the Knicks, bro.
Oh, right, but look,
I thought that was Jerome Williams.
No, that was Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson wore 31 his last year with the Knicks.
Okay, look, if
he didn't wear 13, he wore 31.
Okay, but look, if he was but like I said, he was on the team and he forgot about it. What that telling you?
Yeah,
he said, look, but guess what he said? He said it's a great point. I brought up the Jerome James Curry thing to him. Guess what? I said, look, sometimes.
Hey, Rob, no, you know what? No. You're right. I'm wrong. He was there in 01 and 02. He wasn't there during that time.
Yeah,
sorry. You're right.
So look, I'm saying, man, if you're not for the rebuild, it's okay. So this is a move that you want. But I don't want to hear from all of these fans that pick the player to say, oh, this player is going to get us here. This player is going to get it. And then soon as something happens, you want to throw the player that you thought can get us in the future, get us somewhere for what we're seeing right now. But look, did anybody notice? Two things I noticed in last year's playoffs. Two things. I noticed that Kevin Durant in year 16 wasn't as efficient as he was. I noticed at 25, this guy had hamstring issues. Hamstring issues never go away. They never go away. Every player that has hamstring issues, ask your boy Victor Oladipo. It went from hamstring to knees.
Right.
When you're explosive and you're small like that, I'm not saying that this is going to be him. But what we're doing right now as a Knicks organization is something we've never seen. And we're scared right now.
Okay.
Because look, this dude from Phoenix just came free, right? What did Phoenix do under the gun? You had to have Phoenix under the gun to sign this man back. But they knew it was best for them. They know that now that Kevin Durant thing is over with. They went out there, he signed a deal, and he got matched. And it didn't take 48 hours. We're looking for things right now. We're growing. Let's grow together, fellas. Let's just grow together. We can see him at 28. You know what Folio told me today? He said, yeah, if it don't work right now, and then they're going to fire Tears. And then if it don't work the next year, guess what they're going to do? Then they can trade him. And then it's going to take us 2 years to build around this man. It's going to take 2 years to build a team around this man. And he's going to be 28 years old then. Nah. RJ is not my favorite player, but I'd rather stick going in that direction. Because this direction, it's got too many loopholes for bad things to happen.
Bad things been happening to us regardless, bro. So I disagree. We need to shoot that gun off. Excuse my reference. You feel me? No disrespect. But we need to start pulling and stop acting scary because we think this is going to happen and that is going to happen. Either we going to chase championships or we going to be mediocre forever. And niggas, excuse my friend, sorry. And most of us will be in our grave before the Knicks win. Know what I mean?
Is he number one?
I don't got that time. Whether I'm young or not, I ain't got that time.
Number one?
Word.
Is Donovan Mitchell a number one to you?
Well, it doesn't matter. He contributes to us.
I ask you a question. We all know he's a good player. We all know he's a star player. Is he a number one to you? It does matter.
A number one in what? And be more specific.
You're
going to change the question when I answer the question, so be more specific.
No, I didn't. You said you didn't.
Will once I answer. So,
okay, this is what I'm asking you.
Will he be a number one on Utah? Yes. When he come to the Knicks, will he be a number one? Yes. So yes.
Okay. So him being the number one on Utah, what did that get him?
Playoffs.
What they made the playoffs every year.
No, see, that's where it's distorted at, Freezy. Let me school you on something.
You're not destroying it because Rudy Gobert is a bad offensive player, so they can't build off him being defensive.
Look, check this out. Before Donovan Mitchell got there, they was 50 and 31 anyway. They was already in the playoffs. They was already a playoff team when he got there.
That's a fact.
He didn't change anything. And then when he got there, they didn't get out the first round. He didn't do anything. Now, if you're going to talk about a player that team wasn't a playoff team before he got there, Melo first year in Denver. The year before, Denver didn't make the playoffs. Melo took them to the playoffs. When he got there, they was in the playoffs the year before. He did not do nothing spectacular.
Yo, fam, we
51 and
be worried about what other people are doing with their other teams and their other situations. We should be worrying about what we do. What we do is nothing.
Yeah, so, and what we're doing, we're picking up a player that's not an impact player.
That's cap. Now that's cap.
He's a good player. No, prove me wrong.
Yeah, but if he go to Miami and then we're gonna be sitting there like, well, we don't have him. Well,
no,
the Knicks fans will.
Look what look, he's just going to Miami for free. Miami gonna have to give up half their team. They're gonna still fall.
Miami gonna give up the core. They're not gonna give up the core. They ain't gonna give up Bam and
that's why the deal won't get done. That's why the deal won't get done.
I can say because I said the deal's probably already done for the Knicks. They're just waiting on it.
I think the Knicks is not going to pull the trigger. The Knicks will not pull that trigger to get him unless you're going to take Fournier, maybe Randall, and you may get 3 picks. Or you may give up. If you have to give up an Obi and a Quickly, you're only getting 2 picks then. That's the way Leon is operating. They are not, just because they're in negotiations, nobody said, Sham said, and when you read Sam's article, it's nobody in the Knicks organization that's verifying any of this. Not even speaking to them.
Yeah, but they never speak, so you know how that goes.
Okay, so now we're assuming.
No,
now we assume.
That's a fact. They don't speak to the media, bro. That's not assuming.
Yeah.
No.
You're right about that. So you're right about that, Freezy. You're 100% right. So everything that people are talking about is speculation.
Right.
Because nobody said anything. Nobody said anything.
The light in the mood, though. If Obi gets traded, he crying. I just want to point that out.
Hey, look, if it's no matter, but look, I can tell you just like this here. It doesn't matter who they move. If whoever the Knicks move for that thing right there, they're still underdeveloped players. But look, they're underdeveloped players that another team wanted. So therefore, they see a future in those players. And we don't.
Yeah, that is true. And I will say this though. Let's say they did move RJ to Utah. I guarantee you they build around him the way that we should have built around him from day one.
And they giving up. And guess who they giving you to? They giving up Mitchell for him. Let's think a little bit. They want a good player. Some things, we devalue our own players so much. And we overvalue everybody else's. This man had a shitty playoff. And you know what the excuse Nick Nation come up with? Oh, he don't want to be there. Oh, what's gonna happen when he don't want to be with us? What's gonna happen then? We gonna get that same lousy ass play? Nah, he had hamstring. He had this. Yes, his 50-point game counts for a lot of his playoffs. But look, Utah was in the playoffs before him.
Rob, I got a question.
So it was easy.
I got a question. I'm more of a measured take on this, and I appreciate you having me on the platform, Freezy. What would
before you ask your question, no, you gotta say hello to everybody in the chat.
Oh yeah, my fault. My fault.
That's just
hello
how we
to
do
everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
All you guys takes.
Yo, what's up?
Chat. Appreciate all y'all takes.
Salute.
What would make you comfortable as far as assets that you would give up for Donovan Mitchell, since you don't view him as that guy? What would you give up out of the war chest personally?
This is my thing with Donovan Mitchell is not what you have to give up. Okay. My thing is basic business. We made a decision to pick up a point guard, and we did that. We did that. So now I'm looking at the overall team aspect. It's nothing to do with him, the way I feel about it. I'm saying this here. A 6'2" shooting guard is going to get. I'm looking for championships. I don't just want to go to the playoffs.
That's fair.
Donovan Mitchell can get us to the playoffs. Look, maybe, but he came into a playoff team that kept on going to the playoffs. So I don't know if he can get us to the playoffs. But what I can say about Donovan Mitchell is this here. We made the decision to get Brunson as our point guard. A 6'2" shooting guard doesn't work in the NBA. It just doesn't work. That position right there, over 50 years, over 35 years, when they changed the rules from hand checking to you can hook players and everything like that, the last backcourt to win a championship was Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas, and that's when the rules were different. Once they changed the rules, they put in power the shooting guard.
Okay, Rob.
And if you're gonna,
okay,
if you gonna,
and when did they win that championship, Rob? When the league was a much tougher and rougher.
Yes, because they changed one part of the. What changed the lead is when you couldn't hand check guards. Before you was able to move guards. When they back you down, you can move them out. Man, Derek Harper was the master of it. Freezy will tell you to move a guard and control a guard. Once they took that out of the game,
that's why
not to compare Donovan to an all-time player.
Hey Trey, you got background noise. Can you
my
need to
bad.
mute yourself with somebody else?
Okay, my bad.
No, ain't nothing to it.
I don't think that's me. I don't think that's me at all. Actually, I can hear it.
Let me see.
That's Anthony A.
Let me see. Anthony A. Yeah, that is A. Yeah, that is Anthony A. That is you, bro. Yeah, that's you.
Oh man. Okay.
Not to compare.
Yeah, just put your headphones in.
Yeah, not to compare Donovan to an all-time player, but how big do you think Allen Iverson was?
He's not big at all.
No, he's not big at all.
But to OG point though, AI never won a championship.
But he got to a finals.
But he
so that's what you want.
OG talking about.
I mean,
it's what you want for the team. OG, look. It's what you want for the team. If you want,
if you could ball, you could ball. All this size and all this stuff. It's petty and it's just conversation stuff, right? We're speaking championships. Because if you just want good runs like the 90s runs, me and Freezy seen that. We won championships. That dudes that 6'2" can't contribute to a championship is. We know he can contribute. He's one piece that can help us get another piece.
We can't go from panhandling.
You gotta think about. You gotta use. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying you gotta use forethought. You gotta see the bigger picture sometimes. Stop thinking about the past and what have happened. You got to think about what you want to do
for his team. What did he do for the team he's
leaving?
Not
worried about what he did for his team because he played with bums. Who was in Utah?
Didn't. He played with a better lineup than we did.
Nah.
He played with a better lineup than the one we got now.
Mike Conley after he played 10 years in Memphis. Come on, bro.
These guys won 60 games. What are you talking about? They won 60 games together and got exploited in the playoffs, just like Atlanta did. We seen this shit on the East Coast and the West. Atlanta
but just because you're a great regular season team, don't make you a great playoff team.
Yeah,
Mike D'Antoni teams won a lot of games in the regular season.
Yeah,
but Mike
got robbed. But look, we know when
we saw the Mavs. We saw the Mavs win 67 games and lose to the Warriors.
Hey, look, but we know that D'Antoni team got robbed. When they did that thing, when they took out Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and who else went out? And what's my man? The Matrix. That was their year.
It happens, bro, because the same thing happened to the Knicks. Okay. You remember the year they suspended half the Knicks roster for Game 6?
But yeah, but we still. But that was in the what, the semifinals?
Yeah. We had the Bulls on the ropes, and they suspended everyone.
We wasn't. I don't even think we was playing the Bulls then. That was like Indiana or Miami when that happened.
Was it? It was. Yeah.
It was Miami.
But look, all I'm saying is, if you want championships for the Knicks, you got to look at the players that look. Donovan Mitchell was born with pretty much, no pun intended, a silver spoon in his mouth, because when he got there, they already was 51-31 when he got there. All he did was keep the train going.
Right.
They removed players because they thought that he was better than that. But at the end of the day,
they didn't remove players. Man, Gordon Hayward didn't even give them a conversation.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay,
he was Gordon Hayward was either Miami or Boston. Remember that?
Yo, we might be talking about something different if Gordon Hayward would have stayed.
Yeah, because they didn't want to give him that 5th year.
Yeah.
Look, but him at that money, look, it's one thing that's proven every day when you look at this. Like I said, man, I study this. When I say something, man, look, I done the research. I look. And sometimes women lie, men lie. Numbers don't. Numbers don't lie. And when you look at championship ball, I'm talking about like getting there, being a good team. Bro, you may be right. We can be that. But me and Freezy want to see championships. You know what I'm saying? And Donovan Mitchell playing the 2 is not going to get you a person. Now, look, you may say he's the best.
That's why I disagree with you, though, OG.
Look,
I think Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell gets you the champ. Not only will he get you a championship, but I think he's going to win the league MVP as soon as he get here.
Let me co-sign that, please, gentlemen. Please, greetings to you, gentlemen. Can I take a minute?
Yeah. Hey, come on, because we're gonna be here for a while, bro. Yeah, chat, get your energy up. Rob the knowledgeable Nick is in the building. Chuck Allen is in the building. Yeah. Hey, Sergeant Mr. Rivera is here. Smoke is here.
Y'all want to see the view from the room?
Oh yeah, let me see.
That's Vegas.
That's Vegas, baby.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's Vegas or not. I don't see no prostitutes.
Hey, look, I'm going to see Buster.
He high up. You ain't gonna see him.
Hey, OG, show that again. OG, show that again. OG. Bam, look at that. All right.
Talking about Vegas.
Vegas got a different Wi-Fi.
OG, you breaking up, bro?
Yeah, you gotta go back inside, OG.
Yeah, you breaking up, man.
I said Freezy.
All right, so
Freezy, thanks for the free flight, baby.
I got you.
So anyway,
Well, I've gotten some knowledge there, some info. But again, I got to co-sign with you, Freezy. But before I co-sign, I got one little bone to pick with you, man. I thought we were boys, right?
Right.
We were boys. And earlier today, I think my wife looked at him and gave me a look because you dropped an insult, about my boy, the captain, DJ, the captain. I heard an insult. What did you say? What did you say?
He a ham sandwich. He a ham
sandwich. I want to say to you right now, keep my captain's name out your filthy mouth.
Bro, what else? What else are we gonna do? What else would you do with ham sandwiches but put them in your mouth? That's what you do with ham sandwiches, bro.
That's a Will Smith impersonation. That's a Will Smith impersonation. Okay.
I know.
Anybody that plays for the Yankees are pretty boys. Mets is real.
What?
Hard pale guys.
You don't want none.
Lunch pale guys.
You don't know. You don't want none of those 27 world championships.
Smoke, man. Okay. But anyway,
Donovan Mitchell. What's your take on Donovan Mitchell?
My one question is this. I understand this point. We're going in a direction with RJ. We had a plan. We have a game plan. And it looks like we bought Brunson with a game plan. From your point of view, not necessarily front office point of view, but from our point of view, it looked like the game plan was roll with RJ. Freezer, you ever been on a mission, in the military, and if in case you came out on the river and the bridge was taken out,
right?
You got to find out a way across the river, right?
Right.
Because you got to accomplish the mission. The mission is to get to that ring, at least make the step to the playoffs.
Right.
And if your two options are, a little flat raft up the streets, or I can get some Navy SEALs, to bring a tug up, and you jump in the tug and go across, you go for the better option. Right now, I'm sorry, Rob, but I love RJ. Donovan Mitchell is an improved shooting guard. It's an improvement. He'll make our team better. I want to constantly improve every day as we can. That's all I'm saying right now. Make the improvements, and it's not going to be too far off the road. It's still the right direction, but with an improved, better equipped team. That's all I'm saying. That's where I'm right now. So I'm saying we got to go get Donovan. And if we lose RJ, I'm okay with that. If RJ got to go to the 3, which we're not crazy about, I'm okay with that too, because I know Donovan improves our team and it gets us still in the same direction without compromising the overall youthful movement. We're not bringing in Carmelo and them right now. We're not bringing it back. Hopefully they're going to keep Rose on the team too long. Taj is gone. Burks is gone. I'm just saying we're in the right direction. With not an improvement, point guard improvement, shooting guard improvement, and he's an elite athlete with excellent shooting ability and a killer instinct that's clutch in the playoffs. That's enough for me to make this first step. Next step, let's see where they go. But it's an improvement. That's all I got to say. That's cool. All right?
And who's to say that RJ won't be what we think he still might be, do exactly what we think he's going to be. He just might have a 1-2 punch with them two.
Right.
There's no...
RJ's not going to be in this trade from all reports.
Right. So, RJ Barrett ain't going nowhere. That's not even...
Yeah, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, we're not talking... Yeah. So, the thing about RJ is I think what happens is we want RJ to be a star so bad that we think getting better talent around him is going to threaten his development. Yeah. It's not. Getting better talent around RJ Barrett makes him better. That's just simple. And if the better talent makes RJ better and RJ gets better, that makes the team better. That should be our mindset going forward. We can't be afraid to trade for Donovan Mitchell, bro. And I was gonna say, but OG was on a roll. OG, if you listening, come back, bro. OG probably got something going on with his Wi-Fi, but
I gotta say.
Oh, go ahead. My fault. Just want to say this though. Just want to say this real quick. You know what? I'll save mine. I'll go ahead, bro.
I was gonna ask you a question before I give my take on Donovan.
But listen, I don't answer questions. I don't try to put me on the witness stand.
I don't know.
If you got a point, just get to it. If you got a point,
I was just wondering what you're most comfortable giving up as far as a pick number, a range, or what youth you would throw away to acquire Donovan? Like, what?
I say do whatever it takes to get him.
Okay.
That's my stance on it.
Okay. I think personally, he may not be that top 5 guy, but he may be the next step that we need to take. So where I'm thinking
you mean Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
What I think, I mean, we all are kind of hesitant, and we think, well, a lot of our young players are ham sandwiches, but you need at least 1 or 2 of them complementary players to be around someone like Donovan. So you can't just toss away everybody. You have to have somebody. You have to have 2 or 3. Well, not 2 or 3, but maybe 1 or 2 remaining from the youth. And then if you want to toss maybe 5 picks, sure. But it's not like we're tossing 4 players, 6 draft picks for a guy that's not exactly peak LeBron.
So let me. But is Mitchell Robinson? Is Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson not decent complementary players to Donovan Mitchell?
They are decent complementary players, but with a guy like Donovan Mitchell, if I don't see him being that top 3 guy or being an MVP, which you do, so that kind of throws a wrench in what my logic is. But I don't see him as that guy. So you need a team with depth like the Utah Jazz did have to fully flesh it out and help them make further runs in the playoffs. I don't think he's that transcendent player, but I feel like he's at that Devin Booker level where if you have a fully fleshed team around him, he can take you to that step where you're knocking on the door.
How did Devin Booker look when he got coached by Monty Williams and was in the backcourt with Chris Paul? His career took a bump, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. How did Derrick Rose perform in his first year with Tom Thibodeau?
MVP.
He won the MVP, right? How did Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns perform their first year with Tibbs? They took a bump, right? How did Julius
Randle Chris
perform?
Paul wasn't in the bubble with him when he went 8-0.
Right now, I understand that, but how did Julius Randle perform with his first year with Tom Thibodeau?
MIP.
He won the most improved player, and he ranked 8th in MVP votes. And you're telling me a 3-time All-Star, a guy that's already got all the talent in the world, is not going to get the similar bump from Tom Thibodeau?
I don't say he'll get he'll get a bump, but my thing is, like, when you compare him to the Suns had a ton of depth, a ton of 3-and-D wings. Like, they had a legit big man. They had a Hall of Fame point guard. You have to fully flesh out a roster in order to build around someone like Donovan
individual play, not the whole team.
Here's the thing. Freezy, let me help you out. You don't need my help. But here's the thing. Donovan Mitchell come here, right? And here's why he'll be a top 3, probably MVP vote. If not, if he don't get it. He's in New York. If he even averaged what he averaged on a regular and we win 10 to 15 more games, he'll be top 3 in that MVP vote.
Right.
Yeah.
Off rep.
Right. And that's without Tom Thibodeau. That's just do your normal stuff. Just do it in New York.
Yeah.
Right. Now add the Tom Thibodeau bump to it.
But this is where I'm saying this is where I was comparing him to a Devin Booker type, because he's not a Giannis. He's not like a LeBron. He's not like a KD. He's not like someone where you can just
he's not
throw him
Devin
in. I mean, I think he's definitely on Devin Booker's level.
But Devin Booker is just a volume
scorer. As far as talent, I think they're on equal planes. And Devin Booker was the central piece of a team that went to the finals.
He's Zach LaVine area. He's not Booker.
But Booker's not that.
He's not Booker. I'm sorry.
Booker. Can we be honest about Booker? Booker is just he was just a scorer, a person on a trash team that gets all the points.
But you see how narratives change when you have a good team around.
Yeah, that all of a sudden.
But he's a good player. You can't have that as an indictment against Booker. He's clearly a very talented player.
This is what Booker
but not
did.
Everyone is
Booker took
make everyone better.
Well, that was the same. He was the same. The same thing as Melo on the Knicks. When he was on the Knicks, just a play that got a bunch of points.
Hey, look,
people
don't get better on it.
Devin Booker right now is an elite wing defender. whether people want to realize it or not. Somebody challenge me on it.
Wow.
Somebody say Devin Booker's not an elite.
People don't come to the Knicks and get. Hey, look, people don't come to the Knicks and get better. They don't. You come to the Knicks and you.
OG,
you don't come to
how
the
you gonna
Knicks
say
and
that?
get
And
better.
Julius Randle,
Who came to the Knicks and
most
got better?
improved.
Word.
Julius Randle won the most improved player award in New York, bro. Come on, man. Don't do that.
Hey, you can't say.
Hey,
I
look,
don't.
that
Why you
empty-
bring up Steve
hey,
Francis
look.
for? Because when
Yo,
he got here, he
come
was
on. Look,
washed.
yo,
we
He was
could just
already
bring up
washed.
insanity.
As soon as that man seen the crowd, in the stands, Freezy, what happened? We was all there.
Come on, OG, don't do that, man.
Soon as that man seen the crowd,
understand what
everybody's good. Hey,
I understand where you're
everybody's
going.
good in practice.
I
Hey,
understand
look ahead. Nobody
I
comes to
understand
the
where you're
Knicks. And, look, Knicks don't draft players that get good. We get players when you're good. That's been our problem. We don't get players that get good with the Knicks. We get players that's already good when we go searching for players. And that's always been the problem.
That was in the past, OG.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
now,
That's why they're not trying to trade.
look,
That's why they're not trying
Donovan
to trade
Mitchell
away
is already
everybody.
good. And he just showed a chink in his armor because he had hamstring injuries in the playoffs. That's a chink in your armor. When you're looking at me as a Knicks fan, I'm looking at you as a player. That's a chink in your armor.
Who
You
had
got a hamstring injury, and you didn't perform the way that you were supposed to perform due to injury. But now, are we going to carry on your injury? Hey, look, that's showing us something, baby. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but OG,
That's showing us something.
when do
And
we
guess
get?
how-
When do
and
we
guess
do
how
get
Knicks
good
fans-
players?
and guess
When
who
do we
Knicks-
add them?
No, look. Hey, look, guess what? Look, I told Fulio today, right? This was me and Fulio was talking. I told Fulio just like this here. We make the trade. We get Donovan Mitchell. We get Donovan. Okay, now this dude go to Indiana. Chris Paul is a year older. And then all of a sudden, Devin Booker won out. The year we just got this guy. Look. Yeah,
Devin Booker CAA
is
too.
not about it.
Hey, but OG, first,
my problem
OG,
is not.
OG.
Look,
So
my problem.
OG,
Let me say this first.
No, don't say that. Listen, you got old intel. DeAndre Jordan has been retained by the Phoenix Suns.
Ain't
the Phoenix Suns? The Phoenix Suns.
You see how quick they did it?
Yeah, that's how I was trying. That's why I was trying to cut you off because you had old intel.
Hey, look. Guess what? Now that they took him back, right? Everything is off the table now. Okay, but some other superstar with all the powers that the players got is gonna get this from. But this guy don't fit because we just got a point guard. It's not about his talent. We chose something. Stick with it. Now y'all trying to get somebody else that plays the same position. That we gonna get better. Grimes is showing you that he can man the two. Let him and Brunson rock out.
No,
and let's see what happens.
Not the lineup, bro. Sorry.
I remember if I recall, 2 weeks ago there was an uproar about us not getting a 25-year-old all-star point guard, and then 2 weeks later another one is available.
You said what?
You said what? Deontay Murray. People were, people was mad because we didn't get Deontay
I'm saying,
Murray.
like, you have a point, Rob. Like, in this era of the NBA where there's so much player movement, you kind of I can get the hesitance where you want to wait it out and see. It's not guaranteed.
Hey, Freezy, I'm gonna have to start doing age checks so I know where these cats are coming from.
Bro, you can't send cats to human resources, bro.
I'm agreeing with
you can't send people to human
Rob.
resources, bro. You can't do man.
Man, come on, man. That's something good.
The channel is open to everybody.
Good. But then I know, hey, look, Freezy. Then I know what level of the Knicks that you watched.
Right.
Say your name, get your age, and then come up with whatever you want to come up with.
My name is Dre.
Cause look,
I'm 30.
Look, Freezy, we've seen a lot.
I've seen pain all my life.
We've seen a lot.
I know pain.
Say, look,
and I'm also a Met fan, so I know another side of pain.
Look,
Facts.
hey, look,
And I'm a Jets
my
fan,
name
so I
Carl
definitely
Payne.
know pain.
I'm 38 years old, and this is my take. And then I can listen to your take.
Okay.
Because it all can't come from somewhere.
Rob,
young fans think one way.
Actually,
Rob, I'm
But
30
me
years old,
personally,
and this is my
30.
take.
but
This is
also,
my take.
Man, you got similar like milk. Come on, let me
you can
hear.
Rob,
also look at how long you've been a
this
Knicks
is
fan.
my take. This is
How
my
long you've
take,
been a
Rob.
Knicks fan, not just how old you are.
Oh, I've been a Knicks fan.
All right, go ahead, bro.
I was
Go ahead, bro.
6 years old. So
Oh, what year the Knicks? The next
90,
year. What year the Knicks?
96, 97.
Okay. All right.
So
All
like
right. Now we know.
I came out with a bang, and then it just went downhill.
And so just for the record, I've been saying this the whole time. So I don't discriminate against Knicks fans, whether you young or old, or whether you hardcore or not. But my thing is just respect other people's takes. I mean, or other. You don't have to even respect their takes. Just respect other people while you're on the panel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want it to be like a bullying type panel like I've seen in other places. What we want to do is, man, let everybody speak their piece. If you don't agree, so what? Just don't be disrespectful to that person.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting at.
But I was agreeing with Rob's take because I was saying we were just complaining about, well, not you, Rob, but in this chat, we were just complaining about how we didn't get a chance to go after the 25-year-old all-star point guard. And then it happens to be 2 weeks later, we get a chance at another 25-year-old semi point guard that's an all-star. Right. So it's like I can see the hesitance in wanting to throw all your chips forward at Donovan Mitchell because in this era of the NBA where there's constant movement and people always get disgruntled and always want to leave, there could always be the random superstar that wants out. And I can see why Rob doesn't want to just throw his chips forward on Donovan Mitchell if he thinks there's a chance at someone much better and we should just ride out the youth right now and have like a development wave and then push our chips forward for a superstar like Kawhi had gotten pushed to Toronto, for example. He didn't stay, but that's an example. Like, I'm not disagreeing with Rob at all. Like, I'm agreeing with Rob and his take. And I think I'm like more measured about it because I am pro Donovan Mitchell. Like, I would take him on my team, but like there has to be a strict cost because he's not the megastar that will take every single one on this team up another level. He's a star that might go into another level, but you need to have a fully fleshed out team full of 3-and-D guys, full of hard-nosed defensive players, full of role players and dudes that know their role and are stars in their role in order to be a team that will go to the finals like a Devin Booker. Because there was a narrative on Devin Booker that he was an empty stats guy. We clearly see that he's not an empty stats guy. So, like, if you give the team a chance to build properly, you can go very far with someone like Donovan Mitchell leading the helm, leading the charge.
That's true.
So I do want to trade for Donovan Mitchell, but like at what cost? Do I want to give up every single young guy? They may be ham sandwiches, but they can be solid role players and stars in their roles on this team. And you need guys like that in order to go far. Like, look at this, for example. Grant Williams dropped 27 in a game 7 that helped the Celtics beat the Bucks. He's a bona fide ham sandwich. But you need guys like that to step up and guard the toughest defenders. The toughest guys in the league and take up certain roles and be stars on specific days. You don't need them to be great every day. You just need them to be great in timely scenarios or timely situations. So I would trade for Donovan Mitchell, but I wouldn't trade everything for Donovan Mitchell, if that made sense. But the whole Rudy Gobert trade kind of threw everything out of whack where some all-star gets 5 picks. It's kind of ridiculous. Not kind of ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I feel like this. I feel like if they make the trade for Donovan, I'm cool with it. If they don't, I'm cool with it. But I want them to do it. You get it?
Yeah, like I want them to make a trade for it, but I feel like Leon will do his just due diligence, and it won't be an overpay if we do get him. I just feel like it won't be an overpay.
I saw on Instagram today about how they asked for a bunch of stuff, but the Knicks counter offered it.
Like I wouldn't. That's actually ridiculous. They wanted 6 picks, OB,
Grimes,
IQ,
McBride.
like, come on, bro. That's literally 10 human beings for a guy that's
Yeah,
not a top 5 player.
yeah. I think
Aim high. That's how you start negotiations. Aim high.
Yeah, you gotta aim high, and I feel like Leon probably countered with an extremely low offer on the low end, so they can come to a compromise.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna come to a compromise.
I know Leon came back with an offer like 3 picks and goddamn Deuce McBride.
They need to utilize these second picks too. The second round picks, throw a bunch of them at them, just to give it that cherry on top. Like, yeah, I can have like 3 second round picks on top of the 3 first round.
Talking about Danny Ainge now though. This is who you talking about.
You wouldn't want to go in you're not supposed to go into a trade battle within yourself.
But like a guy like Donovan Mitchell, you can't give up all your picks and all your youth and then expect like a team with no depth and it's just Donovan Mitchell to carry you to multiple rounds into the playoffs. You need to.
The Knicks aren't going to do that. I don't think they're going to give up that much.
Like, I don't.
Being honest,
I feel like there's going to be a middle ground, and there's going to be because if you get rid of capital in both youth and future assets, how are you going to improve the team going forward after you get Donovan? If you do think Donovan is the top 3 guy, the top 5 guy, then cool. I don't think he's that level yet. I could be wrong, but I don't see him at that level right now where I would literally toss potentially 10 human beings out of the franchise.
Yeah, that's OD. But just think about it, Grimes. Think about it, Grimes, because he's going.
Right.
I want him back.
I would trade 2 out of OB, Grimes, IQ, and Deuce. I would trade 2 of them and like 5 picks. Personally, that's kind of the middle ground, 4 or 5 picks. But Ainge is jugular.
But also, like, you gotta wonder, like this, like you have to. If I'm Leon Rose in this situation, and I'm being like the owner of the Knicks, by the way, hello everybody to the panel. But if I'm Leon Rose, I'm not gonna go into a bidding war between Danny Ainge, because everybody knows Danny Ainge is trying to get the most for his buck anyway after just fleecing the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, and I feel like
that situation,
Danny Ainge uses the media to manipulate how much stock it is that of
Donovan Mitchell is not worth 7 first-round picks. That is somebody clearly trying to take. No,
I mean, if he's worth that, what is Kevin Durant worth? Like, where's the balance?
Listen,
they should play hardball. They should know what they should do.
This is where I think the Utah Jazz, even though Jazz have leverage in the fact that he signed for 3 more years, the longer you let it play out, the less leverage you're going to have. And if they decide, we're just going to go into the season with Donovan Mitchell and a terrible cast, it's not going to help Donovan Mitchell stop because that team is not going anywhere in the West. So he's trying to get this done before the training camp. I'm like almost 100% sure, like this guy Ainge is trying to get this done before training camp because the longer you wait, the higher risk the asset depreciates. And if Donovan straight up says, I want to go to the Knicks, then it's going to depreciate even further. So it's going to be
y'all know what happened with that conversation?
Go ahead.
This is what happened with that conversation because in the beginning, if y'all all realized what was going on, Miami made an offer for him from day 1.
And y'all gotta look at the
Miami don't got the assets though.
But look, you got to look at the politics that's involved.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, what's the best thing to do to get out of there? If Donovan Mitchell go to the Miami Heat, You think he gonna be happy?
Yeah.
No, but if Donovan Mitchell,
Yes,
no.
he's gonna be
happy
happy.
because he's gonna
If you
win.
were out of Utah, look. These are NBA players, man. They don't care nothing about us. We care more about them than they care about us. We just like our team. You can see these same players, like I can see some in Vegas right now. You seen what Michael Jordan did to them 5 young boys that was in the parking lot? You said Michael Jordan said, "Get the fuck away from me." And they wasn't nowhere 15. They said, "Look, they go Michael Jordan." They was from a distance. Michael Jordan said, "Get the fuck away from me."
But Michael Jordan is a prick, though. You know that.
But look, guess what?
Right, Michael Jordan's the
You
egotistical
gonna
prick.
see him. That's my point. You're gonna see things like this. So don't think that Donovan Mitchell is really wanna be. No, the Knicks is a op to get to Miami or to get out of here, so they throw us in there. So look, if we can,
Like you're telling me,
if we
hold
can
on.
facilitate.
Oh,
Go ahead.
you telling me
Go ahead,
that
Rob.
they just put us in here? Hold on, OG.
If we can facilitate.
They just put us in there for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times they do that.
I mean,
they
the
put
Knicks
us
have
in
been
there for
used
no
as
reason.
leverage. The Knicks have been used as leverage for the last 2 decades.
Yo, they've been doing it for years for no reason. The Knicks don't even be having the money to move. Like with the LeBron thing. They use that as a tool because New York is the biggest empire on newspaper publicity. If you can use, look, Tony Parker at one time was being connected. Tim Duncan at one time being connected to New York. Because once you get New York involved,
the price
then
goes
you
up.
got like look, he gonna probably take a deal because look, frankly, he's a great player, but we are not ready for him as a team. Now, if this was a year later, you give us this year in the development stage, RJ know his position. Know what you're gonna do with Obi. Know what Quickly doing. Know what everybody is doing, and then you can add. You're adding when you're still suspect. So now you got another piece. You got an all-star player with a problem.
Rob has a point though because our assets are actually depreciated because they never got to play as much as they needed to in the last season. So now we're like overspending.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
When you gotta develop, when these players are develop. That's why Brooklyn was able to move the Boston pick, even though it was wrong. But the players was developed. These players we have are not developed yet to that point for us to say, let's go get him. He's not going to help us move. He's just going to struggle with us.
Hey, OG, hey, Marquez, did you get a chance to rock the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Marquez, okay. Oh man, hey, you break. Yeah,
right,
I'm sorry.
Jump in real quick.
I'm down in the lobby now. Freezy, I gotta win us $100,000. You gave me the free tickets to get here, baby.
I'm weak, but no,
I gotta win. So
you telling me? I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
You trying to tell me that we shouldn't? You trying to tell me that you want to develop the young guys first and miss on a pass at a 2-time All-Star for development?
Okay, so this is what I'm telling you.
When Tom Thibodeau has shown you that he not he's not really
look,
worried about developing the young guys, are you sure you're going to say that?
I don't.
Hey, look, these young guys, the same young guys you're talking about right now,
right?
They won games with Tom Thibodeau still being a fucked up coach. Even though now what Leon Rose did, he removed the handcuffs. He traded away all the crutches. Now he has to play these players. So now everything that we thought last year, let's see as Nick Nation, is it right? Without adding anything.
Last year, I'm just saying, OG. Like last year, though, this is why I get tired of like us as Knicks fans, because the same people that want us Knicks fans to wait for our players to develop are the same people that are going to complain when Donovan Mitchell go to somewhere else and put up 20, 25 points per game. So if you're going to go,
hey, look, look,
you
he's
might
a
as well
great
go all
player.
in and get Donovan Mitchell now and build around him.
Hey, look, wherever he goes, he's gonna do that, but he's still a defensive liability. He scored 50, and the guy he was checking scored 50. How does that resonate to you?
Yeah, but the
And
bottom
he lost
line,
that series.
But bottom line is this has been 2 years in the making. That's why they hired who they hired and got all the people that they got. The guy that drafted them. They got Johnny Brown. This been happening. This was 2 years in the making.
CAA connection.
Man, you think this dude got an NBA job and he's staying over there? No, it's a relationship that can happen. But look, this dude, that's Johnny Bryant, still won a job. And he didn't base his whole career on Donovan Mitchell. If he did, he's a fool.
Yeah, but that's why he didn't. That's why he probably didn't get that Utah job, because he knew.
No, he turned it down.
That's what I'm saying. He knew that he was coming here, so he was like, "Well, bet I ain't going over there. If I could come over here, I'm staying
But
there."
look, guess what? But look, once you say like, look, we're gonna get Brunson. We got you on that. But now, once we get Brunson, we got to do things the right way. Everybody in Nick Nation is in lock and step. Eric Brunson, the daddy. Everybody is staying because they see what the real picture is. The real picture is not just running out there. Look, anybody, just like he became. Now, let me ask you this here. This is a good question for y'all to answer. Since we've been on the rebuild, is he the first one that became available?
No, no, of course not. But OG, but that's not an indictment. That's not an indictment on Donovan Mitchell. That's an indictment on how long the Knicks been rebuilding.
No, I'm talking about in this present regime.
Right now.
In this present regime, is he the first one that became available?
But that's not a fair question.
You
leading the witness. You trying to lead the witness.
Yeah, but they knew that wasn't their guys. That wasn't their guys. They knew who they were all along.
Look. No, not after you got Brunson. Now you're not the guy no more. You was the guy before we got Brunson. Now we got Brunson. You no longer the guy.
Both of them was probably the guys. We don't know that.
No, look. They knew that the backcourt is not. Look what they drafting in that backcourt. Look what they going to get. They go get Cam, tall, RJ, tall.
They didn't draft Cam, though.
No, they drafted Grimes. They drafted RJ. Tall.
They didn't draft RJ. They drafted RJ.
Yes, they did draft RJ.
Leon Rose and them drafted RJ.
No, they sure didn't.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Obi was their first pick.
That was
Obi and Quickly.
Obi and then
good point.
Obi Quickly and Grimes.
Look, only thing I'm saying is that for that position we drafted tall, so we know what that position requires. Now that we got Brunson, we have to live with that as Knicks fans. That's it.
But that's the opposite of what you're saying. That's the opposite of what you're saying. Because yes, it is. Because they don't draft tall, bro. Look at all the dudes they've been.
No, at the shooting guard.
At the shooting guard, everybody's small.
Is it Okoro? Isn't Okoro on Cleveland? Isn't he small?
Quickly can shoot good, but he's more. Is Quickly more Lou Williams than? Okay, let me throw a point guard out there. Is Quickly more Lou Williams than Mike Conley? Which one he is?
Oh, well, obviously Lou Williams.
Okay, then. So when we drafting the shooting guard, not a 6 man. Quickly is more 6 man. So Six man really is no position but a six man. But when you look at a position that you're drafting for, they got Fournier, right? And then they took Grimes right behind him to remove him from that spot. That's why they got Grimes. They scouted him, they looked at him, and they put him there to remove Fournier at the two.
They got Grimes for the sign Fournier, but let me debate that 1 second, Rob. We didn't draft tall guards. We drafted the best guard available at the time, and it happens to be tall. It's called confirmation bias. If it fits your narrative, you can always use that as the argument. Number 3 pick was the number 3 pick at the time, and that was RJ. We didn't see anybody else at that spot, but RJ.
But look, RJ is still battling.
Hey, OG, you gotta let him finish. Let him finish.
Right. Go ahead. Right, we weren't drafting RJ because he was that height. We drafted RJ because he had that skill set that we thought fit that position. We didn't draft Obi because of his height or size. We drafted him because we wanted a power forward, that skill set at that position. You seem like the best player available for that position to replace Randall. So if you said, "Oh, we draft, skinny leg power forward," you can confirm that bias by saying, "Oh, look, Obi's legs are skinny." That's not what we're doing. We're looking for a power forward that can run, that could have a high-paced game. And at the time, in Obi, the year that he had was like, has some 3-point shots. He could run, he could jump. So I don't think we can say that's what we're trying to fit. We're trying to fit the size or the shape. We're trying to fit that player type of game in our repertoire. That's what I believe.
Okay, so with that being said, in the last 3 years, now look at the team. Every position right now has a player for that position. But we agree on that.
True.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so therefore, even though through the mix, the Knicks found a way to put a team together in 2 years. Now, Knicks fans want to break it all up for one player that didn't make it out the second round. I don't see that. I see that RJ, y'all say RJ can do things. Y'all say that Quickly can do things. You say that Obi can do things. And some people say Randall can do things and Mitch. And they all comfortable with doing things until a name come up. And let these guys, only thing I'm saying is this here. Y'all guys all may be right. Y'all all may be right and I may be wrong. But for one thing, if you went in development stage, develop the players, then trade them. Don't trade them before development. That's all I'm saying.
How about this argument, Rob? Do we have a glut?
No. Let me say this, and then I'll be finished. Everybody can say everybody that got traded in a Carmelo trade. But guess what? Everybody in that Carmelo trade that the Knicks traded stayed in the league at least 7 to 10 years. Everybody that was drafted and traded stayed in the league as a role player from 7 to 10 years. So you can't say they was ham sandwiches because ham sandwiches go out the lead in 2.
Okay.
Okay, how about the question again? Okay, I'm asking a quick question. Is there any position that we have a glut of players at, where we have more players that can actually get time to play?
Yes,
right now?
we have.
Okay.
Yes,
So
we
do you
have.
want to? Okay, so the answer is yes. Are you comfortable with 2 or 3 guys who should be playing sitting on the bench?
Say that again.
Comfortable with 2 or 3 guys who
Say it
should be
again.
getting minutes? Are you comfortable with 2 or 3 players who should be getting minutes sitting at the end of the bench on the next squad this year? Are you okay with that? Talking about young
Well,
players
I
who
know
should
we
be
moved
getting
a
minutes.
couple of players, so we shouldn't have that.
No.
We moved
So
a
as we
couple of
are,
players just because of that.
as we are right
So
now,
everybody that we're looking at should get minutes, unless you put Donovan
Wait.
Mitchell in the mix.
we're not going to play 12 players, right? We're going to play 9 or 10, right?
Well, we're gonna play 10 players. You're right.
Okay.
But
So
look,
are there
if you
two
don't get
players?
if you can't work, look, if the Knicks can't work this out in practice, and you got 10 players that can get run. If you can't beat out an old school, this is what I've been saying since day one. The roster that the Knicks had in front of these young players was supposed to get beat out, and guess what happened? They got beat out. They got beat
I'm talking
out.
about the team we have right now, the 12 we have, the 13 we have right now, the 13 players we have right now. Take away Rose, only Rose. Everybody else from Fournier down should get minutes.
Say that again.
12 players minus
take
Rose
away.
because they're 13. Take out Rose, or even put Rose in. Should all 12 of those players get
Yeah,
minutes?
Rose may be gone by the end of before training.
Right, so take him out. So take out Rose, I'm saying. Should those 12 players, should all 12 get minutes? Yes or no?
No, you don't run 12. You don't run.
You don't.
No,
Yeah,
So
no.
No, I'm not saying that.
No.
Tibbs
10
ain't doing that
players.
anyway.
Look,
what I'm saying
10
is let's
players.
trade 2 of those players. Let's trade 2 of those players plus
No,
Rose.
you let them sit there and run. Why you gonna trade good talent?
On the bench for another year.
What, you gonna trade them for somebody else that gonna fight for a position? If you don't make the cut, you sit there on the bench like my coach used to do me. If you didn't make the starting lineup or the rotation, you sat on the bench, and then you found your way in training to crack that lineup.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you do. You don't trade them because you see potential in them.
You see a better player ahead of them.
If they better, they gonna play.
Another player on another team that's better than them.
But if you're on that team and you're better than that player, you should play. You're not getting on the bench.
So if you see someone better than the players you have on another team, you can get that player.
I'm moving the player that I think is better.
Donovan Mitchell is better than 2 of our young people who won't get any run. So let's go get him. Let those 2 young people who are not going to get any run at all this year go somewhere else and maybe develop, and let Donovan Mitchell fill that slot that they couldn't fill because they weren't big enough to make the cut.
Okay, look. Only thing I can say, listen to what I'm going to tell you, and you may feel, you know why to you did Alex Burks get traded?
To get him out of Tibbs' view, so Tibbs doesn't put him in the spot to block some young players.
But why?
What
did it look like to you?
Alec Burks could stay on the team if it was a different coach. I would keep Burks if it's a different coach.
Sarge, you dodging the question. So what do you want to know is the ultimate answer, not like the peripheral stuff. Yeah, like because I think what OG is getting at is because if Alec Burks was here, Tibbs would have played him.
Why did Leon Rose trade Alec Burks, in your opinion?
Because if he was here, he would block the youth and Tibbs would play.
That's his opinion. That's
my opinion.
If he was here, he'd block the youth. That's his opinion.
Okay, now let me tell you why Alex Burks had to be traded. The first one. You ready for this? Are you ready for this, Sarge?
I'm waiting. I'm ready always. I'm ready,
okay.
Man.
Alex Burks was traded because he commanded 3 positions that Tibbs loved.
Okay.
Tibbs gave him the point guard, the small forward, and the shooting guard. Leon Rose said that this year. Leon Rose said, okay, I gave you a player, but now you got one player clogging up 3 positions. It wasn't that Alex Burks wasn't good, But you stopping development. When they got rid of Alec Burks, they freed up 3 positions that Tibbs was playing him at. That's why he had to go. And me and Freezy, we said this a long time ago. And what's my boy name? Free Keith. We said the same thing.
I think you said the same thing I'm saying. I think you agree with what I said. I said he's taking up a spot for the youth. You're saying it's 3 spots or 3 youth being blocked. I agree
3
with you.
spots.
Except you have
And I was
expounded upon
wanting
what I'm
you
saying.
to recognize.
Blocking the youth opportunity to develop. That's comes down to it. Bottom line, whether it's 1 or 3, he's blocking.
But this guy was taking up 3 positions that nobody could play because Tibbs was putting them in those positions, and that's what caused the problem.
So we agree on that. That's what I said, though. That's what I said. I talked about Tibbs going to play him instead of letting the youth develop. So I agree with you.
But you got to know why Tibbs was on him. That was the only thing. It wasn't about. I know you knew, but you didn't know about the 3 things that he was clogging up.
I was gonna say 2, but okay, let's say 3. You're right. I definitely, I agree with 3. I was gonna say 2.
Hey, y'all. Hey, let me do something real quick. I'm gonna play my Vibes and Stuff commercial. I'm just want everybody to take a deep breath. We're gonna play my Vibes and Stuff commercial. I put the link in the chat. What I'd like for everybody to do that's watching is click on that link. Click on that link and watch this small commercial. It's a lot of flashing lights, so be careful, y'all. Be careful with the flashing lights.
Oh, this is so fun. I'm getting this drink. You know, I used to do before is always drink Canis with Midori sour. I know how Midori sour is, but I know it's good. It's sweet. It's sour.
All right, so I put the link to Vibes and Stuff in the chat, man. Listen, I'm trying to get about 50 people to subscribe to the channel real quick, man. Me and Chuck gonna have a morning show where we have conversations like this one and conversations about other stuff, man. I'm asking for y'all to subscribe to the channel so that we can have intense conversations like we have right here. OG, let's go. What's good, OG? OG, you done got tired?
I thought that was from him.
OG done got tired. Hey, Sarge, listen, man. I understand I understand where y'all coming from. With the moves and stuff.
Say what's up to my people.
Y'all say what's up. Say what's up to Uncle Freezy. Say what's up to Uncle Freezy. What's good, y'all? Hey. Hey, y'all.
From Dallas.
Cheers. Hey. That's how it's going down.
Hey. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah, man.
Any haters don't know that you bought me that ticket, Freezy. Now they know.
Bim.
That I ain't take your ticket and I ain't spend it on nothing else. But
you ain't threw it away. I appreciate
throw
that,
it
bro.
away.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate
that.
That's
right. I'm gonna still try to win 100,000 though.
Bim, for sure. For sure. That's how we gotta do it, bro.
Yeah, man.
One thing that y'all need to know. Donovan Mitchell is a talent. And if he comes to the New York Knicks, he will be the best talent on the team. But who else was the best talent on the team before he got here? Julius Randle is our best talent.
Julius Randle. Okay.
We need to orchestrate wins.
Right.
What the New York Knicks organization is doing right now is not wrong. We never done this before. Never, ever. I gave you 2 instances when we done the other thing before. Tell me how we raised the team, put a team. The last time we did that, we got a championship. The last time the Knicks did that was 1969. They got
it was 73, Rob. It was 73.
No, it won a championship.
Yeah, we won a championship 73.
No free agencies.
Yeah, no. Nah, we traded for Earl of Pearl in 71.
Well, we already won the championship before he got here.
Yeah, we won one before he got here. Yeah.
We won before him. We just gave him some light. So once you because once that was done, he already knew Frazier was the guy.
Right.
He already knew that. He knew Frazier was the guy. Freezy, our knowledge of what we know, we cannot break it down for these young boys.
Okay.
Because it's important. They have to know.
I feel you.
Everything that you talk about, look, when I'm at work, I hear everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't never wrong when you get there. You ain't never wrong.
I be trying, bro. My thing is
hey,
when
look,
you
man,
get to be when you get to be me and Sarge age, man, you know, you see
man,
certain
look,
things. You done been there and done that. You done been there and done that a million times.
Man, look here, man. We ain't
ALG.
running for no championships no more. We building the championship.
ALG. The thing I
We
appreciate
going
about
back
this
to the
platform,
old school way.
the thing I appreciate about this platform, there's OGs like you and Freezy here and Anthony that'll give me basically like an encyclopedia amount of information about prior generations of the Knicks.
Right.
Because like I remember the other day, you were saying you literally named about 7 different young cores that didn't amount to much.
Yeah, I mean, they ain't amount to nothing, man. But the thing is I don't begrudge the Knicks for trying.
Yeah,
I begrudge Knicks fans for. Hey, hold on for just a second. Yeah, my bad. I don't begrudge the Knicks fans for or the Knicks organization for trying. I just think sometimes Knicks fans get really emotional and how they view moves by the front office. That's
and they overthink it.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's
Hey y'all, I gotta get out of here. I gotta wrap up because I gotta do a couple things. I gotta make sure I get some stuff straight for work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And then do vibes and stuff, and then do the KMD. So listen, I appreciate everybody for coming through. OG, be safe out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna hit you. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up in a little while though. I need to talk to you on the telephone.
You said that last night. Hey, look, I'm getting ready to see Buster. Don't hit me tonight. Don't hit me tonight. Hit me in the morning, because I'm getting ready to go see Buster. And look, and guess what time the show starts?
Midnight.
At 12 midnight.
Yep. Oh, of course,
Yep.
of course.
12 and 6. And right now it's 11:30.
Right.
So I got 30 minutes to get ready to go see Buster.
Okay. Hey, have a good time, bro.
Look, hit me up. I'm gonna hit you up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit you up.
All right.
Hey, peace
all right,
out, bro.
But all right, y'all.
For the ticket,
all right,
baby.
y'all.
Love you.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
All right.